Hello,
Oh,
Joe. How
oh,
you doing?
you got everything go.
How's it going, Joe?
Let's go on. This morning was just hard to get up.
Yeah, I understand.
I've been moving slower than I want to. Supposed to fly with
Sunstar,
Johnny
good
later.
morning. Hey, I looked at your video. It was nice.
Which one?
The one where you, I think it was the one where you went over and redid that
Is that the one that was fast or the one over the pond?
over the pond.
Yeah, they got another one I put out. It just came out a few minutes ago. It's another fun flight at the country house or country property. I opened it about up. I had it going about 18 miles an hour almost the whole time. No, go.
Well,
Golly.
the other one was really cinematic.
Yeah, I like that one. And if you notice in it, all the fish that when I got close to them, they took off.
Yeah, well, all the bubbling up coming from the water too.
Yeah, you had a lot of turtles in there and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like that one. And like I said, when I came back around near the end, I was hovering. I stopped. I stopped. I made a loop back around. I cut it off before I made the loop back around. And what I did was I hovered over the lily pads, and all of a sudden I saw a ripple go underneath me. And when I saw the ripple go underneath me, I picked the drone up and got out of there. So I was thinking, what if that was a gator trying to jump up and grab it, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. More
Morning,
afternoon.
Paul. Morning, Joe.
Good morning, Mark.
And Sunstar.
Oh, well, we woke up to another day in a batshit crazy world. So,
Oh yeah, the police and everything. Yeah,
yeah, it happened here in New Orleans.
it did.
Yeah, Tulane University over by Audubon Park, where it's a big park in Audubon Nature Institute. They went out and camped all on the grounds right there in the front, right there on St. Charles, and next to Tulane University is Audubon Place. And I'll put it this way: each home in there is probably worth about $50 million. It's about what it's valued at. Gail Benson, that owns the Saints, lives up in there. A lot of there's names up in there you'll never know who they are, who live there. When Hurricane Katrina hit, they contracted, I think it's 50 homes. They contracted, God darn it, black somebody. It was a military group. They got them to come in and patrol their property um, while it was unrest down here with Hurricane Katrina. And the stories coming out of there were everybody that came in there wound up at the mouth of the river. That was the stories that came out of it. That they just went in and just cleaned house. So if you made the mistake of getting that, because it's all gated, fenced in, walled in, and everything else. If you got in there, they picked you up that morning in helicopters and brought the bodies out and threw them out in the Gulf. That was the story. To just stay away. And you know what? I kind of believe it because somebody I knew that was affiliated with a group like that said, yeah, they each house put up $1 million
Oh,
to cover it.
that's a lot.
Well, you know what's scary is it came out the news today. I don't know if you saw it or not, that the White House is thinking about allowing all of the refugees from Palestine to come to the US.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we need is more protesters.
No,
You
it's
won't
not
get any
protests,
protests off the
Paul.
Palestinians.
It's terrorists.
The Hamas, yep.
Because I'm telling you, it's not gonna take much longer. Uh, one of these days you're gonna wake up and hear, or one of these nights you're gonna hear that one of these big universities is gonna be loaded with people like that, and it's gonna be a terrorist attack right there. Because they don't care.
Nope.
And all it is, it's the same thing as in 2020. It's a diversion. It's a diversion to take our mind off the election. They got to do something. So it's like, it's got me to the point where I don't even want to watch TV. But you got to stay aware of what's going on.
Yes. Yeah, you can't turn a blind eye to the threat from within. And the sad part of it is that I think that there needs to be some kind of legislation that if you are a legal citizen, fine, you have the right to protest safely. But if you're a here on a visitor's visa or no visa or here illegally, automatic deportation.
Especially if you say death to America or
Yep.
we are
Yep.
Hamas. That ought to be automatic.
Yep.
I'll tell you, with look at the Israeli students were told to leave the campus. It's not safe for y'all here. In segregation, the National Guard escorted people in for safety.
Yep.
That's the United States. You protect the people. They're not protecting anyone, and that's all DOJ and the current administration.
And see that's my complaint with the teachers unions and the liberal teaching that has taken over the universities, and in some cases even local school districts have gone way left.
Well, that's my sister. My sister is she's a professor at University of Las Vegas, Nevada, but she's not teaching anymore. And she has always had her opinion on everything. And she always thought she knew everything. And everything that she knew was the only thing that's right. And she has a PhD in philosophy. And she says that means that now I know everything's right. So the only time I talk to her are holidays sometimes. Because I don't want to get into a debate with her. I don't want to talk to her. You know, because when we start talking, eventually something's going to happen. We're going to get mad at each other. And if it's either politics or food, she'll say something. I'll say something. Yeah, I had a heart attack. I'll tell her that, and she said, "Well, you've been eating cheese." You know.
She's one of those know-it-all everything, right?
Oh, I'm telling you. And like I said, she got a PhD in philosophy.
Right.
So she thinks everything she knows is right. And she's a teacher at university, like I said, Las Vegas. So she was teaching everybody this crap, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand my brother. My brother goes out to see her at least twice a year, right? And my brother is got my attitude towards what I believe, and it's completely opposite of what hers is, and his is on steroids. He'll come out and tell you shit that I wouldn't say. I'll put it like this: some of the shit that he would say on this stream would get him kicked off the stream. Okay, that's how he is. But and that's my brother. It's the way he grew up. You know, it's like I grew up completely different. I played sports and everything. Everybody I knew were friends. It didn't matter who you were. So it's like he goes out there, spends a week with her. I'd love to be the fly on the wall to see if they're getting any yelling or whatever, you know. But there's a theory behind all of this too. The joke was, and it's going to come out one of these days. My sister couldn't have any kids, but I was young, and you know, you kind of miss things back at that age when you're like 8 years old and stuff like this. And all of a sudden, my brother showed up, you know. So all of a sudden, I had a brother. I don't remember my mother being pregnant during that time, and I don't remember my sister being around much. And my sister and my brother are real close. So I don't know if that's my sister's brother. I mean, my sister's son, or because he don't look like my dad. He don't look like me, but he does look like a guy that my dad told if he ever come around the house again, he'd kill him. So I don't know, you know. So it's like, and my mother, when she was dying, said that she was going to tell all the secrets, you know, and never did. So go. So it's like, I don't know. I always joke with everybody in the family but him and say, yeah, you know, he's my other brother. You know, he's not really my brother. I don't know who he is. But I mean, there is no resemblance. And I remember the guy that came over to the house to see my mom. Yeah, and my dad told him if he came back over the house, he'd kill him. Just like that. And I remember what that guy looks like because I remember the conversation. And my brother looks like that guy. He's got because everybody in my family, shoot, I'm gonna be 70 years old, and if I let my hair grow, I'd look like Bob Dempsey, you know, but my hair would be thicker, you know. And my brother is bald, everything else. All his kids are bald, you know. It's like I don't know. And my dad, like I said, my dad had a head of hair thicker than mine. So I don't know.
Makes you wonder, without a blood test, you don't know, right?
Yeah, but you know, the bottom line is this, and let it go.
Yeah, do you want to know exactly?
Yeah, let it go because we're close, and he grew up there. Remember one day, like I said, I'm 8 years older than him. It was freezing outside. Well, it was cold, and he was going over to my grandmother's. It was right around the corner, and his bike was sitting on the front lawn. He was going to jump on his bike and go. So he had gone in the back. He was doing something, and I said, what time you going over by Carol and Mama? He said, I'm waiting for them to call. Robert was eating. So when my cousin, they grew up together, my cousin Robert and him. And they said, when Robert's finished eating, I'm going over there. I said, okay. So I filled in the water, like I said, it was cold. The water coming out the faucet was cold. So I filled up a pitcher of water and stuck it in the freezer. And I got this pitcher of water in the freezer. Now I'm about maybe 17 years old. You know, he's like 9. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for him. And it's starting to it's so cold that in the freezer that it's now getting a little layer of ice on his water. So he walks out and he says, I see I'm going over. I said, okay. He goes over. I grab the pitcher. As he gets on his bike and turns around, I let the water go. And that thing hit him in his face, all in his chest, everything, just completely soaked him out in the cold like that. That was the only time I ran inside real fast and locked myself in the bathroom because he was beating on that door and I heard F words and everything coming out of 9-year-old. You know.
Yeah, I can still hear you. Me is tearing the couch up over here. I gotta. Hey.
But he was saying, let me in. Get out of here. Come out of here. I said, nope. But my mother came up and I remember hitting him with that. My mother said, why'd you do that? I said, because it was funny. But that's the kind of crap we used to do. We used to play football in the backyard. It was slow motion tackle where I was on my knees and he could run. And I had to do everything in slow motion. And I snagged him by the leg one day and strained his knee. I tripped him up one time. He fell and broke his finger. That's the difference between somebody that's 8 years older, you know? I was the one that gave him that Crossman CO2 pistol, and he said, "Oh, it's not working." He shot himself in the hand. So he didn't have any common sense.
I don't know what's the matter with her. She just goes crazy, starts tearing stuff up. Well, what she's doing is she's rubbing her head underneath the, the pads of the couch.
Right.
And then she goes over and grabs her blanket and gets underneath it and scratches around and stuff. And
Yeah, she probably got a smell that she likes.
do not know.
So my son came in last night about 12:30. I'm half asleep, and when I hear the door open, I always look to make sure it's him coming in. And as soon as he comes in, he goes, "Let me tell you about my last call." I said, "Here we go." So I gotta listen. So he tells me he saw a guy walking down the street, out in the middle of the street, and he said, and he was looking at the guy. He said the guy turned around, looked at him, and waved like, come here," like this. So he pulled over and he got out the car and said, "Yeah, what's up?" And he said, he said, he points both ways back like this. He said, "I'm trying to get to 190. Is it that way or that way?" So he's pointing both fingers back. And he says, "Dude, you're pointing the same way," like this. He said, "So yeah, it's that way." So he starts talking to the guy. And the guy said, he's trying to come down here in Mandeville. He said, "Well, you're going to walk. You're going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning before you get there." So the guy he calls it in and says he's out on a 107, which is a suspicious person. So the guy starts talking to me. He says, "Well, you're going to your dad's house. Why don't you call me?" So, "Well, somebody stole my phone." Hess knows about it. Another cop, right? So now they got one of the other cops coming up to see what's going on. He said this guy had him so stressed out. He said, because this guy was a total mental case. He said he was so crazy. He said, I haven't been in trouble in a long time. I got the police called on me because I was at a pool and they said I was looking at the kids at the pool. He said, I was looking at the moms. And Justin said he started to laugh. He said, I might have looked at a couple of kids. Like that.
Wow.
Justin said he was so stressed out on this call. He said, because this guy was completely off the wall. And there was nothing wrong with the guy, except he was just mental. He said when the other unit pulled up, he told him, he said, you need to watch this body cam.
Wow.
Yeah. But he came in laughing about that. He said, "Oh man." Yeah, you get those. I used to get those on EMS, those crazy ones. Yeah, the guy told me one time we picked him up here in Mandeville, and we're taking him out to across the lake. It was about a 45-minute run to St. Charles Parish to a hospital up there, a mental hospital that he's going to go be in. And we're on the way, and we picked the guy up, and the guy was like 6'2", big guy. And they said he wasn't violent, but they sedated him. So that tells me right there we got a problem if they're going to sedate him. Hey, Justin, hey, Don, Waypoint, Warren. So my partner is about 6'2". He's driving. And I'm in the back with the guy, and
Justin,
the guy's just
Don,
sitting there, just minding his own business.
Brian, Warren.
And he's not strapped in or nothing. He's strapped in on a stretcher, but not locked down. And I'm sitting there, and my partner's got country music blasting. And the guy looks over at me, and we're almost to the place. And he says, "Does he have to play country music?" I said, "Hey, Al, can you switch the channel?" He goes, "No." Like that. And I already knew that was going to trigger something. So the guy starts telling me, well, I have an issue. I got to get out of here. And he's trying to get up. And I said, no, just sit here. Just wait. What's the matter? He said, they got these little green men in the back here. They're looking at me. And I said, I don't see any green men. He said, they're all standing right over there. And I said, Al, just keep driving. I opened up the back door while we're driving. And I said, everybody out like this. And I closed it. I said, did they leave? He says, yeah, you got them all out. So we're sitting there. So now he says, I really don't want to hear that music anymore. So, well, I can't help you with the music. So the guy reaches over and grabs me and yanks me towards the stretcher. And as he yanks me towards the stretcher, I got a metal clipboard in my hand. I cracked him with it. I said, he ripped my shirt. I said, take your hands off him like that. And I cracked it, split his head open, you know. And that morning, it was funny because that morning we got those brand new clipboards and we had to sign for them because people were not paying attention to them and they were getting them damaged. And these things cost like $40 a piece. And they were telling us, you're responsible for them, you tear them up, you're paying for them. So I hit this guy with the clipboard and Al says, you're all right? I said, yeah, I'm all right now. So now I strap him down. And the guy's sitting there, he says, I can't see, I'm blind. I said, in a minute, I'm gonna hit you again and I'll get your eyesight back. You know, so let's just calm down, you know? So the guy's bleeding. So I get on the mic and I said, 42P. I said, 42. I said, be advised. I said, we're having a diversion. We're going to be going to St. Charles General. I said, the patient has developed a contusion and laceration to his forehead, and the clipboard is dented. Just like that. And I said that, and about a second later, I heard 107.22. Give me a 20. Call me, you know, like that. It's a tempo. So and the guy, we wound up having no issue with the guy after that because we get him out the unit. He says, I can't walk, I can't see, so I can't walk. I said, give me that clipboard, I'm gonna hit him again. Like that. And he looks at me. And I said, you're looking at me now. Come on, let's go. So he walked right in. And Bruce, the supervisor, called. When I called him, he said, okay, what happened? I said, well, this guy, 107, I went through all the thing. He was sedated, came out of it, little green men in the unit, started yelling about the music being playing, reached over, ripped my shirt. I hit him with the clipboard. He goes, okay. Like, okay. I said, I'm not paying for it. That's what I told him, I'm not paying for it. But it was a brand new shirt. That's what even got me. I had just put it on that morning. Brand new shirt.
Wow.
I go back and I got my shirt all ripped up. But they told me, they said, we can't believe you did that over the mic. I said, it happens, not my fault. Joe Photo Leo, send it. Forget about
Hi,
it.
Joe.
Man, I gotta yell at Mia. Come on, Mia.
I'm supposed to go flying with Johnny sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking outside and it just doesn't look right, but the day's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a nice day here. Sun keeps coming out and going back in again, but it's not too cold and it's not windy. Well, Mikey didn't come on last night.
Yeah, he's probably in jail. My son brought me a present last night. I don't even know I want to eat him yet.
I was just going to say, is it edible?
Yeah, my son brought me a present last night when he came in. These right here. These are Italian fig cakes.
All right.
from one of the major bakeries here in Louisiana. It's Noma Randazzo's,
Let me
Nana
check real quick,
Randazzo's,
David.
Italian fig cookies.
I fell asleep kind of early after I got off with Jason last night playing the video games. All right, I'll check
And
it out.
these things are so good, I don't even want to eat them fast.
Joe Fotoleo said, I like Joe's stories.
Hi, David.
Well, I'll tell you what, I could write a book. I could tell y'all things y'all say there's no way in hell. Oh, by the way, your letter was mailed out last night for Aubrey.
Oh shit, okay. I'll let her know.
Yeah,
Actually, I won't say anything. I'll let her be surprised.
Well, I
Oh,
addressed it to you, but it's got her name in a little package on the inside.
Okay. Yeah, because otherwise she'll be bugging me for the next 3 days. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I just won't say anything. I'll just let it. And then when it comes, she'll be excited.
And I
Because
didn't put a
today's-
return on it. It's just, I did it at the post office.
Because today's Wednesday, so it should be here by Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Couldn't take that long to get here.
You see, I took one bite of that fig cookie. I'm gonna leave it sit for about 10 minutes before I eat the second bite. It's that good, I don't want to eat them fast.
So what happened? Did you ever figure out about that drone or whatever they called you about yesterday?
Yep. He sold it to Mikey.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Does it? No, he don't even have that drone anymore, does he? If he did?
Well, it must still be registered to Mikey, or else the FAA won't be asking if he remembers selling it to him. They're obviously doing an inventory of all the drones that he's got. So when they seize his drones off him, they know they've got them all.
Huh. Because I've never heard him mention the Mavic 2 Enterprise when he's talked about his drones.
What, Mikey? No, I haven't.
Yeah. Never heard him mention it.
I
It was
sold,
2 years.
I sold
2
it
years
quite a
ago.
while ago.
Well, he was the type that would sell a lot of his drones to buy other drones, so
Yeah.
I doubt he even still has that, to be honest with you, if you sold that to him.
Because if you remember on the stream when he got the call and he said they were asking about it, I said, you didn't sell it to Mikey, did you? As a joke. And it turns out he did.
I said, I doubt he still has it, though, because there was at one point, what was it, about 2 years ago, he didn't have any drones, remember? There was a
Well,
there was a
well,
there was a
this was
point
two.
for about 3 months, I think, where he didn't have any drones because he had sold them all because he
This
needed
was
the
2
money.
years ago.
I sold this to him in September of 2019.
Yeah, I doubt he still has that drone.
Oh, that's more than 2 years ago. That's 4 years ago, nearly. Well, 3.5
Almost
years
5.
ago.
Yeah,
3.5 years
if
ago.
you actually sold it to him, I doubt he still even has that. Because there was one point where he didn't have any drones. Remember, it was like I think right before the what was it, the Mini 3 or the Avata came out or something. He sold a bunch of drones so he could buy some new ones.
Yeah, that's probably when it's
Well,
over.
he bought the Mavic 3, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like he always says
Yeah.
all the time he can't afford to go out and buy all the new stuff. So he has
Yeah.
to sell old shit in order to buy new shit. So, but there's a lot of people in the community that have to do that, you know. They can't afford to go out and buy every time a new drone comes out, they can't afford to go out and drop $2,000-3,000 on it. There's a lot of people that do that in the community.
But he has mentioned on streams in the past that he's got a lot of drones still.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there was one point he didn't have any. It was like for a month or two because he was like trying to get some. I think he was trying to raise money or something. I can't remember. To be honest, I think.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, they're only going to know about the ones that need to be registered. The ones that don't need, like the minis and the little
yeah, but
FPV drones, they
same
won't know
time,
what he's got.
same time though, you don't want to get caught with those if they ask you, "Where's all the
No,
drones?"
true.
And then later on they come back to your house and they find out you got 5 more drones. Your ass gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah,
You better be honest and tell them everything you got, because if they find out later, oh boy, that's
yeah,
gonna be even worse. And there's no point in trying to hold on to them, because if they're really putting an injunction on you like that,
yeah. If they catch him
you're
flying, he's really shit in the shit, isn't he?
yeah. So you might as well just
Yep.
walk away at that point, because it's not worth you going to jail or getting in trouble anymore.
But
I'd have
it's a pisser because I mean, drones are his life at the moment, aren't they?
yeah, but I mean, like I said though, it's he could always transition into another hobby. I mean, there's RC cars, there's RC boats. I mean, and they all have their high end areas too, as far as what you can get. I mean, there's other hobbies you can get into that are just as popular, if not more
Yeah.
popular.
I
You could
mean,
get into
he does
you
talk
could,
with Eric a lot, and Eric's got into remote control cars for drifting, aren't he?
honestly, with Mikey's personality, he'd probably do good at gaming videos. To be honest with you, the screaming and shit, people would probably find that funny.
Yeah,
Imagine him raging during a video game. People would have a fun laugh at that.
yeah,
Like I said, there's tons of other hobbies that he could get into. Just transition. I mean, he'll still have the support of everybody that goes to his channel, so it's not like they're all just gonna walk away because he can't fly drones no more. And a
Joe
lot of the
Votell,
guys in the drone community are into multiple hobbies. A lot of them are into RC planes or RC cars.
Joe Fotello is trying to sell a Mini 2 Pro
Mini 3.
with one regular battery, two extra life batteries, ND filters, $600 plus shipping, but he doesn't say which controller it has.
Mini 3 Pro would have came with the RC controller like the one you got.
Okay.
The
That
two
one
gray ones
with
that
him,
you
yeah,
have.
probably.
you could buy the Mini 3 Pro with either controller.
What, with the standard RCN1 or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure he
Yeah,
didn't.
I doubt Joe would have bought that. Most people don't even want those anymore. I don't even know why they're still making those, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they said
well, this
what the
Mini 4K
RC.
that they brought out runs off the RCN1C. Apparently, according to Marcus, it's got a C written after it, whatever that means.
Probably difference in OcuSync.
Mm. Yeah,
The
but
way to
they brought out the RCN2, which had OcuSync 4 on it. The RCN1 had up to OcuSync 3. So why would they need a different version of the RCN1 anymore?
unless it was one that had OcuSync 3 Plus or something on it. I don't know.
Mm,
I don't, like I said, I don't even see the point in making those anymore, because they're not much cheaper than. I mean, how much is
no,
that one smart controller?
they're only about 30 quid cheaper than the RC.
Yeah, they're still making them though.
I think
Yeah,
it's 210 for the RC and about 179 or something for the RCN1.
yeah, you can get the RCN1 on Amazon brand new for like 150. Or no, for
Mm,
like 100. They're actually down to 100 now, I think.
mm,
Probably because they're not
right.
selling as much.
It's probably half the price then.
No, it's because, like I said, they're probably not selling nearly as much anymore, so
Yeah.
they're trying to get rid of them. I want to say, yeah, last time I looked on Amazon was it about 3 weeks ago. It was like $100 for one.
I've got to get in touch with DJI. The RC stopped charging. I've tried cleaning the socket with a little brush that they make for it, but it's not made any difference. So I've tried different cables, different chargers.
It's either a bad
So
port battery or the battery came unplugged inside or came
yeah. Oh
unsoldered.
no, it works. It just won't charge up.
Okay, probably the charging port then. So you can just use it till it dies then pretty much.
Yeah, it's got 2 bars left on it at the moment. So
Is it all up to date and everything too?
yeah, I updated it all last week. So and that was why I
Okay.
was going to put it back on charge because it used a bit of power up on its updating. So I thought, well, I'll charge it back up to full and plugged it in and nothing happened.
Huh.
Jody, what's up?
Now, did you try a different charging brick? I know
Yeah.
that's probably a stupid question, but
Yeah, I've tried a different
sometimes you
brick.
can
I've tried
overlook a little.
different cables. I've also
Okay.
made sure that those were working properly by plugging into the battery bank, and the battery bank charges up, but they plug them into the
Okay.
RC and nothing happens. So
All right. I was just asking because sometimes you know you can overlook little things like that and not
yeah,
realize
I
it.
Here you
know.
go, pal.
Yeah.
Boston cream honey bun.
Oh, there you go.
Wasn't that what you ate the other day? Didn't you
Yeah,
have one of
gotta
those the
know.
other?
So them fig cookies, what do they look like? Are they like what we call a fig roll? Like it's got a fig paste in the
It's got a
middle,
fig paste on the
and then
inside.
like a biscuit wrapped round it.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
yeah,
a pastry wrapped around like some fig
Yeah,
jelly type
yeah.
yeah. It's
consistency.
probably we call them fig rolls. Yeah,
Yeah, I ate one of them. I'm savoring this one because these are so good.
except ours aren't round. They're like they've been made into a long strip and then cut into pieces.
Yeah, that's the way they are. They're kind of like rectangle, a little bit,
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, these things are so good. I like to know how much you pay for these because there's no price on it. Guarantee you from this bakery, at this little container like this,
Won't have been cheap.
probably about $5-6.
Especially if it's a popular bakery too.
Oh yeah, Randazzo is one of the big bakeries. Nona Randazzo. The
Yeah,
family, so good to their stuff.
I don't know that we ever get any made fresh by bakeries, but we can buy packets of them in biscuit. I think they come in about 5 biscuits for £1 or something like that.
Oh, ours are really small. They're like,
Oh yeah, they're only
and
about
you get a
about
sleeves of them. There'll be like 50 of them in a pack.
no, they're about 2 inches wide by about an inch long, something like that.
Yeah, they come in these big old sleeves. And you usually get I think 2 rows in a pack. And there's probably about
Yeah.
20 or so in each row.
So tell me what's wrong with this ad.
You're clicking on it.
Mini 4 Pro.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Flymore combo,
Should be about
$180.
should be $1,000.
That's the problem.
I'd
I
say
bet
it
you-
was a scam.
I bet you if
Don't
you
buy it.
looked
What?
at those, I bet if you Google search those images, they're probably the ones that are on. Probably been used in a bunch of different ads. What's up, TJ?
It doesn't say which controller it has, but it pictures the regular RC controller.
Well,
Up top, it says RC2.
Oh, there you go.
There's the RC2 and the RCN2 are the only ones that work with the Mini 4 Pro.
So should I click buy it now?
No.
No,
No,
is you have a DJI Mini 3 Pro you barely even use.
just
gonna do with
report it as a scam.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
totally a scam. Go up to the three dots.
Where's it? Right here?
It might be under there. Report listing. That's 100% a scam.
Yeah, keep going down. You'll see it.
Scam. Yeah.
Is that on Marketplace?
Submit to Meta for review.
That's what I want to do right there.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if they'll actually do anything about it though, because fucking
Mm.
Facebook is so scammy as it is. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit they allow to be advertised on their site is all scams anyway. So
I was halfway tempted to buy it
Well, don't buy it.
half
because
of
if I
the
did get it, it's well worth that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unlike you'll probably get a 2-inch wide, 2-inch long toy drone instead.
And it ships for $3.
yeah, it's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, these scam artists would probably do a little better if they actually put the price closer to an
Yeah,
actual
what it's
price.
worth rather
right.
than someone stupid. Yeah.
He put like
Is it-
700 on that. Somebody to jump on it.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd get a whole bunch of people willing to jump on that and try to buy it. And he could
You
have
can
made
actually
10
get
times more money.
the Mini 4 Pro with the RC2 Flymore as a refurbished is 750 quid, which is almost $1,000.
David said, don't listen to these guys. They don't want you to buy it. Go for it.
Come on, AZ. TJ. TJ just bought it.
Hi,
He said,
TJ.
No, I mean, if you know anything about what you're looking to buy on Facebook and you know that price isn't right,
Hey, Jody.
and then there's something, then you kind of tell that's a scam.
Here's another one. New unactivated DJI Mini 4 Pro drone with DJI RC2 remote.
yeah, another scam.
Yeah, it's probably the same scam artist, and that's probably a fake account.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Joined in, well, no, I don't know though, because 2012.
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
No, I don't believe the listing, but usually you don't see scam.
Well, what
Accounts that old.
usually
Yeah,
the
but what they
usually the
tend to
scammers
do is use
down
somebody
here it
else's
says
account.
buy now is grayed out. You can't buy
Yeah,
it.
They hack into somebody else's account and use their account to sell it.
yeah, because an actual scam account though wouldn't be that old. Usually they're made within like the last month or so. So yeah, they probably stole that guy's account. They're trying to sell shit under his name.
Mm.
Because if you look at most scam like Facebook ads that are like that, and you go to the seller's information, it always says that the account was created like a week before or 2 weeks or like at most like a month.
Yeah.
The other thing
Really?
I've noticed is, and I got a notice back from the supposed seller that he had been hacked and all of the stuff he was selling for next to nothing was not real.
I mean, you can't even start a new Facebook account without half your actual friends thinking it's not a scammer because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the minute
Yeah.
you message somebody and say, "Oh, this is my new account," they'll immediately call you on the phone or text message you on your phone
Yeah.
and say, "Is this really you?"
Is this really you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then they won't click it unless they actually get confirmation from you personally that it's you. That's
Yeah. A
how
lot of
bad
the
Facebook
times I
is.
completely ignore them, especially when they have some of the old pictures on, but it only goes back a short way.
Just see what AZ put
Uh,
in the chat. Don't listen to those guys. Go ahead and buy it.
uh,
That's my buddy there looking out for me.
looking out for you, he's doing the exact opposite. What are you talking about? He's telling you go ahead
Yeah.
and buy all of it.
I mean, I actually tried that once on eBay. I bought, I think it was a Mini 2 that was cheap. So when it arrived, it was about a 6-inch by 4-inch case with a little tiny toy drone in it. So all I did was get in touch with eBay and say that it wasn't what was described and everything, and they refunded me the money and I sent it back. Gave me a return label to send it back.
Yep.
So I didn't lose.
Why I say Facebook probably won't do anything is because Facebook lets these fake Chinese companies outright steal other companies' ad footage,
Yeah.
put it on their ad to sell a product that's not even the same thing that they're, showing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that's right there, completely copyright infringement and everything else, like trademark and copyright. I mean, there's just so much bad about that, and how Facebook doesn't
Yeah.
get in trouble for that is insane. Like
Hey,
they
here's
should,
one. Here's one for you. Just got you written all over it.
they should be vetting all that stuff.
I mean, I was going to buy one of them toy drones
Yeah.
kind of thing, them orange ones that they advertise on
$1.
Facebook.
No, no, no.
So,
If you read it, he said he wants to trade it for a guitar, so he's trying to trade it for something.
uh,
So
so
that's
I actually bought one of them, and what arrived was a copy of the little crystal necklace that was worn in Harry Potter, not a
that
drone,
now
and
that
it was
list.
broken. So I actually got in touch with my bank and said that it was a scam and everything, and the bank refunded my money.
Now that listing I wouldn't really call a scam because he only put $1 because Facebook requires you put some kind of
Yeah,
amount.
you've got to put a price in. Yeah.
So he's just trying to trade it for somebody who's got a good guitar. So that's all. There's people that trade all the time on Facebook Marketplace that will put things on there and say willing to trade, and then
Yeah.
Some
They
people
put it
don't even
down as
have
$1 and say, make me an offer.
right. And then there's people that like don't even have a specific trade in mind. They'll just be like willing to trade for whatever, anything that's equal of value, and then people will get a hold of them and say, "Well, I got this, I have that," and then they'll decide whether they want to do the trade or not.
Mm.
I mean, when I was doing selling my drones on Facebook Marketplace, I got a lot of people that called and wanted to trade things. I had a few guys that messaged me very discreetly and were like, "I got some pew-pews that I would like to trade for that if you don't mind." Like, nah, I'm good. As much as I would like to get a couple more of those, yeah, I'm not trading from somebody I don't know. It's one thing if I knew you, I knew what kind of person you were, but you don't know the backstory of that gun either. So,
Oh,
what's
see,
up, JD?
I was trying to figure out what it was. But yeah,
Fucking JD.
it's
Uh,
the noise you used to make as a kid when you were shooting somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pew.
Hey,
Pew
Paul, I
pew.
stuck my that link to that video I was telling you about. And then
Yeah.
the one where as I took off, I picked that thing up off the ground and then just completely pulled the trigger on it and let it go and kept it as fast as I could in normal mode. It's like almost 18 the whole flight.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I had a couple of close calls when I came across the pond, and there was a bunch of bushes. I had a bunch of branches coming down. I had to kind of guide in and out of real quick. But it was that was really a fun one. That's why, and it'll show you how big that property is. Like I said, that'd be a place I could fly every day. Just I'd go out there just burn batteries, just
What's
to
up,
fly
Dusty?
around it.
I haven't seen him in a minute. It's Mr. JRC. I wonder what he's doing. I'm about to message him, see how he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Is JC Fly, is that John Carroll?
Mr. JRC?
No, JC Fly.
I don't even know who that is. Never heard of that channel.
I think it's John Carroll.
I think it is. Where's Dominic when we need him?
In bed.
Yeah, he'd be sleeping now, wouldn't he?
He's
Yeah.
chasing some women.
It's 3 o'clock now, 15, 20, so it's midnight there.
Yeah, he's chasing women right now.
Out
He's got to
collecting
get paid
his,
before they go to
collecting
bed.
out collecting his fees.
Yeah, he's got to. You got to go grab them when they got the money.
Hmm.
TJ says JC
It's
flying
Leonard.
is Leonard. Leonard.
Hey. No, that's JSK Enterprises. That's Leonard.
Unless did he change his name though? Or he could have started another channel. Some guys will have two channels though.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
They'll just never use one of them, and then every once in a while they
Because
might use it
I
to
only
pop into
know
the
of
chat.
2 Leonards, and one of them's JSK, and the other one's Leonard Oglesby. Is it Oglesby? Something like that, anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think Dusty has any stickers, TJ. He does, I want one. I put them on the toolbox with the rest of everybody else's. I got so many on my damn toolbox now. I'm actually running out of room. Then I got sheets of them up in the damn, the ones I had in the picture frames. I got 2 sheets full of stickers up there somewhere in my stuff. If anybody's online. Nope. Alright. Play by myself then.
Nobody's noticed that my fish tank has now gained fish.
yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a lot more fish in there.
Yeah.
More colorful too.
Yeah. I put 5 new 2 to 3 inch goldfish in it.
Ah.
4 2-inch silver sharks. 6 tiny little 1-inch long
David.
sucking loaches for cleaning the algae up a bit. And 6 tiger barbs, 4 normal and 2 albino.
And that toolbox is a good about 4.5 feet high. Lot of
So I've now got
see, it's got
4,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drawers on it.
10, 16,
2 cabinets.
21.
I use my tools all the time. Bite me, David.
So there's 26 fish in there now altogether.
26 fishies, huh?
Actually,
Yeah.
one tool that I actually bought that I thought I would only end up using once, but I got such a good deal on it from Harbor Freight during Black Friday, and I've used it a shit ton of times so far, is actually the angle grinder I got for $10. So for the angle grinder, and now it's just a plug-in one, but just a small angle grinder and a 10-pack of wheels, cutting wheels, was $20 for the whole set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Handy things to have sometimes. I've got a battery operated angle grinder, which also has a chainsaw attachment.
All right, let's go down here. Oh, why in the hell did these guys want to land here where there's like 50 people? Yeah, I'm not going over here. Y'all are on your own.
Mhm.
I don't need any gold. I'm maxed out on that.
What you playing?
Some Fortnite. I'm trying to get leveled up a little bit.
Logie stop. Oh shit, that sucks.
See,
Oh,
like, it's like when Jason and them play, they're a little bit more strategic in where they land at. And these guys just landed like where 30 other people landed.
stop.
Well, it's pretty sparse here this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. Hi, Sarah. Justin, Messenger.
All right, let me check Messenger. Could have just sent them that. I can't share my screen at the moment, but I forwarded it to Jim.
That's Sarah's wall.
Yeah, I forwarded you the pictures she sent me because I
Yeah,
can't
see.
share my screen at the moment.
Yeah, I got the top row. Nice. So I got a notice from Amazon that the hemp treats that I've been giving him, my
Uh-huh.
subscription is being canceled because it's no longer available.
Is there any other brands on there? There should be.
Well, they got another, it looks like a repackaged, same one, right? And it's
Nice,
$5
Darryl.
more.
Well done.
If not, I was gonna say, you guys aren't
Well,
a pot friendly state, are you?
no,
Uh,
yes and no. Well,
or is it?
they had another one that showed, and it's the same, it looked like the same brand, got the same stuff in it. So what I did is I went ahead and just changed the subscription to that one. It's gonna be like $5 more. So
Okay.
he's worth $5 more.
Why have they stopped doing it or something?
Well,
Or
no, they
just won't
probably
deliver
changed
to
the
you?
package and wanted $5 more.
All right,
So
rebranded.
yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it one more time, and then I'll start looking for one cheaper.
Mm.
Actually, before I even get it, I got till the 24th to change it. I'll start looking for one cheaper.
Have a word with Mike Night Train. He can probably sort that out.
And just to make sure they're made in the US, not some foreign crap.
Third world
Yeah.
country.
Well, that's when it comes to pet foods, though. They say make sure, because there was a lot of crap coming out of China that was real nasty for animals. So make sure it's made in the US product.
What's the name? What's the name of the brand?
ARTULLANO.
You definitely don't want to buy anything from China when it comes to your pets.
Yeah. Yeah, I could get it. I put like this. They got a whole bunch of them cheaper than that. So I'll probably cancel that subscription and just like they got them in here for $20.
Where are you getting it from?
Amazon.
Okay.
I don't even know if I'd buy dog toys for my pets if they were made in China. Who knows what kind of fucking shit, asbestos and everything else they're putting in that shit. That's like kids' makeup, that was coming from China that they were selling as kids' makeup. They were finding all kinds of nasty shit in that stuff.
Mm. Did you read Daryl's post? He's got his second interview tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Good luck, man. Hopefully you get it. Although I know he's not really excited about moving to California.
Mm.
He didn't seem too excited about that.
Well, they'd have to make it worth his while for the additional expense of living there, won't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just everything there is more expensive. I mean,
Joe, did you check Chewy.com? That's where I buy all my dog food from, Chewy.
Yeah,
I like
I
Chewy.
found them. I found basically the exact same thing for like
Hi,
same
Lance.
price. So
Hey, Mark.
I'll be able to get them in. Yeah, I could actually. They got the same ingredients, made in the USA, just a different name. Everything looks the same.
all right, come on, Luda.
$1 cheaper
You're with
Yeah.
me.
to another place.
1039.
I don't want water, man.
Yeah, I got enough for about a month. So
I hear a ham radio.
That's a Marine radio.
Mm. Yeah, none of
Any
my
ships
radio.
coming in? Any
None of
ships
my
coming in
radios
today?
are switched on.
Yeah, there's 2 of them upbound right now. I was just thinking about them.
In fact, at the moment, none of my radios are even plugged in.
Mine's on all the time. It's right behind me up here. In fact, you might be able to just see it, the face of it right there.
Can't see anything. I'm driving.
Right there. Do you see the face of it? That's my Marine radio right there.
So are you a ham then, Lance?
Is ham?
I
I am not. V radios. My dad had CB radios when we were kids.
All right. Nice. I started off on CB over here when it was illegal. And then they legalized it. And all of a sudden, there was an influx of millions of kids. So most of us diehards that had started off on the illegal stuff either stayed on the illegal stuff or took our radio amateur exams and became radio hams.
You know, it was kind of like the cell phone of the 70s, right?
Yeah. Except you had to disguise everything.
Yeah, and you had to be next to the radio. So, but like if I'm driving to school, my parents could get a hold of me.
Yeah. I mean, I had one that there was a box in the boot and then a long cable in between. Well, it came up the tunnel and came out near the gear stick. And it had a plug on top of it. And I had like the old cassettes case. It was about that size, and it had the channel display on it and up and down buttons and volume buttons all on that. And then the aerial that I had was a top-loaded car aerial, electric car aerial. So it worked the car radio, and it looked like a car radio aerial, only slightly thicker.
Yeah, Chewy's all great till your UPS driver goes postal from having to carry it to your front door. That's like one thing that a lot of those delivery drivers hate. It's Chewy.com. Look at all them heavy ass packages with the shit in it.
I just bought some flea treatment, some Frontline Spot On for the dog and the cat, and there's six pipettes of each. I think each pipette lasts a month or possibly 2. It was
seeing four deer right in the middle of the city.
£40 for the cat and £50 for the dog. But I mean, it's just a protection thing. You just squeeze the pipette onto the skin at the back of the neck where they can't get at it. And it's supposed to make it so that the fleas stay away. It is probably one of the best ones on the market, but it ain't cheap anymore. It used to be about a tenner for that, rather than 50 quid. Everything's getting dearer.
I think I'm gonna return that case I got because it's nice to have a plug.
Did you say return your Avata 2? What'd you say?
Yeah, the case.
Mine's already in the box. Ready to
Well,
ship back.
Lance, first he has to figure out how to fly it first.
Yeah, there you
bitch. Hey, bitch,
Where-
listen. Go look at that flight I got in the link in the chat and see how I was flying it. I took off, and as I took off, I pulled that trigger back at 18 and flew it around that 4.5 acres at 18. And I tell you what, it was a lot of clarity when I came over that pond. And I was going through the bushes, the tree limbs. I had to do a dip in and out of the tree limbs just so I wouldn't hit the house or anything else. And I didn't come off the trigger. And that was probably the best flight I've had with it, with speed.
God, come on.
And it shows how big this property is. That's why I said I'd love to be out there. But I'd be out there flying around that property all day long. After I clear all the little miscellaneous bushes by the pond, so I won't have to go through one like I did yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I
shit,
hit
man.
one square face on. I'm just glad I was going fast enough. It went right through it. No, the case Johnny got, Stored RC case, I like that one a lot better because it's got a place to put it's got a place to put in the back the hub with 3 batteries. And then there's 4
Wow.
battery slots on the side. And if you don't put batteries in there, you got that for storage, and he uses that to put the rib riders in. And then there's a place where you can put a plug. Whereas when you put everything in the one I've got, there's no place to put a plug. So you don't have a plug with you.
So did you get the starter RC case?
I got the FPV Toski.
Because
Yeah,
my
that's the one
starter
I've got with.
RC case is coming on Tuesday. I think I have the same one as Johnny.
Yeah,
but
I like that
but
one.
I asked the guy. I said, why the extra 4 battery slots? I would rather that be something else.
Just rectangle open.
Oh, I know. I've seen pictures, but it's like I don't need 7 batteries. You know,
Yeah,
just
I
give
think
me the.
instead of putting battery slots, just make it like a rectangle where you can put stuff in it, you know?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, cut it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
That's
way
probably why.
it's made, it's actually there's a gap all the way through it.
Yeah,
And
there
Johnny
is.
stuck the rib riders down up in there.
Ah,
So
okay.
it works. It works for that. You know, that's why I like that case. But you see the other
Does
one,
he
the
have
one
the
I
s-
got.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Does he have the soft rib riders? You know, the cushy ones, or the real
Yeah.
ones that if you hit anything, they're going to snap.
We're talking Johnny. Johnny got the rib riders from Dobo for free.
Okay, and
Dobo
are
sent
those?
them.
are-
Ken
So
sent
my-
them a set.
So can I ask a clarifying question? Are those the softer ones or the rigid
Those are
ones?
soft.
Okay.
Those are the soft ones.
I would want the soft ones because a rigid one, the first time I hit a tree, they're going to snap and crack.
So Johnny's become one of Dobo's influencers.
Yeah, I got a remedy for that though. You don't hit a tree. Just don't hit a tree and it won't crack.
There you go. Don't hit a tree. Don't hit one of my big toy swings.
Well, I tell
Yeah,
you, when
no.
I flew yesterday, I took them off.
Especially
I
don't
had
crash
the
into
case.
the rings near the slide.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it in a case, so I couldn't peep them on it, so they were off when I flew yesterday. And I
Yeah.
tell you what, I made a couple of curves at the last minute that I was wishing I had them on. Don't look like that.
Yeah, I haven't got the rib riders yet, and it sounds like the battery will eject from seeing Kyle's video.
Okay, this is stupid. They've got an update to the case already.
Which case?
The one I just bought.
That's because they knew you were sending yours back. Your Avata 2.
Mm.
And the update to the case is what I want.
That sucks.
It really it gets going back, I guarantee you. Because this one here has a place to put the hub on the top. And then the battery slot on the side. It's the same company. And then next to it between the goggles, it must be a little bit bigger. But they got a slot that you can stick stuff down up in there.
Gotcha.
Now, how much is this one?
I think the
Same
one
price.
that I got, you can put the sticks in as well, but I'm not going to buy the sticks.
Well,
See, I
Joe,
like this one.
why are you buying a case if you're gonna return the Avata?
Yeah. Why are you doing that, Joe?
We're talking about you.
It's so that it'll be safer when he sends it back.
I just like buying cases. That's why. Own as many as I can.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's it. He's got an
Yeah,
office
this don't
full
make
of
sense.
an office full of empty cases, so it looks like he's got a lot more drones than he has.
This does not make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, they changed their style of the case. That's what they did. Now you see, I like this. Yeah, this one's so much better. Because if I get I might get one more battery, at the most. If I were to buy 2 more batteries, it'll
If
give me 5 batteries. You got 1 in the drone, 3 in the hub, and there's another spot for a battery. It gives you always 5 batteries. And then you got your the motion control is under the drone. You got a slot for filters. You got another slot to put anything you want in there, like a little rectangular, about a inch, half inch wide. Your goggles, and you even have a place for the RC in the back. Which in my RC slot, I've got those little triangles I made. I got 2 of them sits right in there perfect with the props. So if I don't get it, I've got a place to leave the props like that.
I will be right back.
But we're gonna have to make a switch here. I'm gonna have to order this one and send another one back.
can you cancel the other one?
Well, I got the other one already in.
Oh, you got it already. Okay.
Yeah, I've got everything in it. And like I said, I used it yesterday, and I don't like it, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna put everything back in the bag, and then send it back and get this one. This one's not available next week. They made a little change, more like the Start RC, to where because the hub right now, the drones take the drone out, and the hub sits in the bottom by itself, so it's wasted space to me.
AZ wants you to show the case that you're gonna buy.
Well, it's a different computer. Hold on. Let me go find it. Get in here and look it up. Okay. All my stuff. I'm setting all this up so I can share it.
Well, it says we're 19 degrees today, but it feels colder than that somehow.
Okay, that's the case right there. That's the case I have. Yeah, that's the one I have. And the way it's set up, let me see if I can do it this way. Lost y'all, hold on. Where would you go? Yeah, the way it's set up is that it's got the space for everything, but right here is where the hub fits. And I just don't like that because it doesn't have it. That's what I want.
It doesn't appear to have a slot for the sticks either.
No, the stick goes right here in the bottom.
Underneath.
All right.
Yes, yeah, and the other one's the same way though. Let me go back. Let me get the other one. So that's the one I have it's going back. It is definitely going back. And the worst part about it, this one's about 3 pages down. I gotta go find it.
I take it they didn't send Johnny 2 cases then.
So the Grand
Well, he didn't
Cinema,
tell me. He might have to.
the Grand Cinema is where I did my film festival this weekend. It's this building right here. I took this as part of my promo to my video, and I submitted all the behind the scenes shots that I did. They want this shot for promotional reasons, and they're nonprofit, so I'm going to give it to them out of the kindness of my heart.
There you go.
You're too
And
kind.
for bonus points, yeah.
But
Well,
here's
look
my,
at the top of those buildings. Is that an apartment complex right there in front?
yeah, it is brand new apartment
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah, all those
This-
little tops where you get to the roof look like little outhouses.
Yeah, this used to be a parking lot. And at one point, many years ago, I lived over here on the left, or on the right, I mean. There's a big apartment complex, about 8 stories high. So I was within walking distance of the Grand, and the Grand is right here. Anyhow, here's my case.
David's talking to you, Jeff, by the way, in the chat.
The one
Yeah,
that,
I can't see it right now. I'll get to it.
the one that's coming on Tuesday. I think I'm getting it on Tuesday. But you know, this, I don't need 4 slots here because I'm going to put my batteries here. So yeah, I might put my, who knows what there, probably my baby
You
bumpers.
sharing that one? Cause all we're seeing is the theater still.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me unshare and then reshare here. Unshare. Oh, share screen. Here. Here.
No, David, he said
Gotcha.
they wouldn't start RC.
Now do you see it?
I think he said he wasn't. He
yeah.
was tired of waiting for Johnny, so he bought a different brand. Right? Isn't that
No, I
what you
brought the
said?
other one because that's the kind I have, and I kind of liked the way it was until I got it in and really looked at it.
But you were hoping Johnny was going to get a couple for review, right?
Yeah, I kind of hope he did.
So I just got the filters yesterday, and so they'll go there, of course. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure what that is. And then the piece of shit goggles and the really bad motion control.
Then you got a place for a plug.
Hey,
See,
Lance,
where
where
the
does
one I
it?
have doesn't have a place for a plug.
Lance, where does the ship pilot sit at in the case?
Right here. Right here. Okay.
The only problem is with that case, if you have bumpers on it, you gotta have to whittle it out a little bit, right?
Good question. Look, well, no, because you're not going to have them on. You're going to take them off and put them where the 4 batteries were, Paul.
Oh, you don't leave them on?
You would not leave them on, no. My Avada OG, I've got to take them off as well. And I just set them
Okay.
right on the props when I.
There you go, AZ.
That's the one you're looking at right there now?
Well, that's the new design of the same brand, the one I got. But you see how in the back here, that's where the hub goes, a place for another one right here, another battery. And then you got this slot right here and a place for the filters here. And then the remote goes underneath and you got a big space. Underneath it, you got a big space right here. It shows like right here, where you can put props and stuff underneath instead of putting a hub underneath. But you see, I like that one better. Because it's for 4 batteries, but if you got 5 batteries, you got one in the drone, one in each one of the slots up top. So that to me is more practical, but it's still, and then underneath where the see, it's still where do you put a plug to plug your drone in? You know, like the plug. That's still my question. You might be able to put it where the props are at underneath the drone.
Underneath.
You know, so it's like, but that's the one here, and go back to the original screen of it. Get out of this. And that one is $79. But I like that one better, but I like the Start RC one too. So I'm hoping that Johnny did get 2. You know?
Yeah.
The only thing
Then it
I
make
find a problem with those cases is that when you've got to go to where you want to fly on the bus, you look a bit of a pillock carrying one of them.
Yeah.
David said there's no room for power charger.
Yeah, that's me too. That's what I'm complaining about. There is in the Start RC.
Hey,
Yeah,
Justin, Justin, are you gonna cover me while I go catch the ship?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
There is one in the Start RC, but it's for that 35 watt one. I've got a 100-watt one, and like I said, I think the 100-watt one I could fit in the bottom of that case where the hub doesn't go anymore because it's flat. It's long and flat, and then I could make a little plastic case, a little print case, and just stick it in there next to it to keep it solid so it's not going to bounce around. And there's actually a piece of foam that came with the goggles I could lay in between so it won't bounce up and down too. And I think that'd be a better option to me.
Jim
I could
says
take
just
the
use the
plastic
bag.
case. Yeah, the bag, that's what I'll tell you. The bag, you can do everything, you know? The bag holds it all.
The bag is really nice.
Now,
Yeah.
does the bag hold everything nice and tight in place and everything? Because
Oh, yeah.
the older bags that they used to give with like the Air 2 and everything, man, once you took all the packing material out, everything was just loose in there. It didn't really fit well. It was like it all fit really tight and neat when all the packing shit was in there. But the minute you
Yeah.
moved all the packing material, it was just like, I don't know, it didn't fit. It's kind of loose.
Yeah, and then the other option, the other problem with that case is they make that case just a little
What's up,
bit
Joe?
bigger, a little bit bigger than the regular drone cases. And I've got a shelf in the back that my drone cases fit on, and it won't fit on the case in the shelf. It's a little bit too wide. It'll fit on the top or fit sideways in it, you know, but it won't fit long ways in it where it grab the handle, you know. So it's just an inconvenience. Eventually I'll fix it a certain way. But I like the Start RC case, but I don't want to pay $100 for the case when I could pay $70 for a case. It's just.
Anyway, good afternoon and good day, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late. I've just published a new video out there on my channel. Just a little flight.
Polytech. Let's see what that one.
How you doing? Anyway, Paul, you doing good?
Yeah.
That's been it, mate. Captain Joe, how we doing, sir? Anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Oh, Justin, how we doing, son?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Good lad. Good lad. That's what I hope you're all doing good. I look a bit tired. That's probably because you lack of sleep editing and hey. Computer's been gone stupid. I don't know what's going on. I got there. Hello, Lance. You all right, mate? Mark,
Yeah,
how we doing,
Polytech's
you
all right.
man?
Hey guys, I'll be back.
I'd say been pretty well over here, like again, as normal. Hi, everybody in chat. Jim, how we doing, young man? In chat. And I was gonna do. He's gonna stick his
Joe.
finger up. Right, I'll let you carry on what you're doing. I was just watching that about the FPVs. Apparently DJI has just brought him what's a Mini 4 Pro out. They really apparently they're good and they're cheap. I don't know if it's true or not. It's on Amazon. Just a message I got told. Supposed to be 300 pound or just under. I can't believe how DJI are trying to unlock these out at that price. Everybody's silent. What's going on with you?
Oh, sorry. I'm looking up people on Epic.
Everybody's busy doing different things. Yeah. Does me sound all right? I've got that. I've got this wireless mic on. So.
Yeah, you sound fine.
So what?
I said you sound fine.
All right. As long as you can hear us, that's the main thing. Right, I'll let you carry on, gentlemen. Chat away. I'm listening.
Yep.
Lance is down there stealing footage from other people.
everybody's busy editing and doing the stuff, you know. Or editing was a nightmare.
Haven't seen GPS releasing anything yet. It's coming in 2 months, Joe. What's up,
Yeah.
Corey?
Two,
come on,
2 months. Sorry.
Oh no, you good? What's up, Corey? How you doing, man?
Hey, Corey.
That sucks, Jim. Hopefully she gets better then. Apparently his wife had complications from her operation 2 weeks ago.
Oh dear.
Oh, that sucks. Prayers.
He had to send her in an ambulance.
Oh no.
Yeah, PGY Tech makes some really good stuff and they're not overly expensive usually.
Yeah, it looks nice. I was looking at it online. It's
Yeah.
a nice look to it. But I like I said, I like the new design of that FPV Toski. I really like the Start RC one because it gives you so much room on the side. But you get the same thing basically with the one out second version. Like I said, that other one it's going back in the box today. I don't even think I'm taking it out of here again. I'm gonna put everything back in the bag for right now.
I think you need to put the Avata 2 in there with it.
Oh, you know you love it. I tell you to go look at that last flight I had that I did yesterday. It came out this morning. But you'd say, why didn't you hit the last 2 gaps?
All right. I think
Yeah, I went
is
through
it,
the
is it up, is it up
gazebo
on
once.
YouTube now? Oh, Captain. Oh, sorry, Captain Jewel. Is it on
Yes.
YouTube now?
Yeah, it's the last one I put out this morning. It said another fun flight at the country property.
How
But
come? How come I'm
I went through the gazebo one time, and then I flew next to it twice. And I really kind of wish I would have went through it both times, but it didn't matter. But as soon as I took off and I got it in the air, I pulled the trigger and flew it at 18. It was sitting at about 18 miles an hour the whole time. Coming across the pond was fun. I cut across the pond and I had to dodge tree limbs when I got by the house.
Yeah, I just subbed here. I thought I was already subbed here. Captain Jewel.
Thank you.
US Jewel Flyer, I got you.
Yep.
Just looking for your stuff here. All right. 1 hour ago. I'll watch that shortly. I don't want to do it now on my live. I'll watch that shortly.
But you'll like it. I mean, this is a property I went and shot a real estate shoot for. And I know the guy that's selling it. And I told him, I said, shoot, if my money comes in before it sells, I might buy it from him.
What, you
I can
buy
live
the
out
drone
there.
or you buy the property?
I'd buy the property. It's 4.5 acres. The house is 3,200 square feet.
Let's
Got a
have a
big
look.
fishing
Yeah.
pond. Yeah, it's got a big fishing pond on the side.
Mhm.
I went out there yesterday. First cast caught a bass. As soon as it hit the water, the bass hit it.
Wait 1 moment. Wow, man. You were flying through them trees and everything there.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Wait till
Oh, I like it.
wait till you see it go across the pond. The way I had to come in around the trees by the house.
You have to excuse me, everybody, when I'm watching this. What was that? FPV? Oh, there we go. We've got the pond now. Oh, and then right next to that house. Hey, that was quick. Quick maneuvering, Jewel. Captain
Yeah, I
Jewel.
had that one made me quench a little bit. I had to,
Oh, you were close. Well, you
Yeah,
done
I
it
was close.
right. Oh, what? Was I seeing things? You just got it looked like a bandstand. You just went, or gazebo or whatever you call
Yeah,
it.
it was a gazebo I went through.
Went straight through there, man, like that. What's this with the FPV?
Avata 2.
All right. That
That
must have
great
been
drone they
fast.
came out with a couple weeks ago.
Was that fast mode or just standard?
That was normal mode, and that was with the trigger down. I had no wind, and that thing was it was sitting between 17 and 18 miles an hour most of the time.
Ah, wow. I'm watching it going across the grass. Yeah, underneath them trees now again. Wow, man. Nice. Straight across that path.
It was fun, but you see how big that property is.
Oh,
I'd love to live there.
oh, look at the size. Look at that house. There's all that land's there.
Yeah, the house is 3,200 square feet.
Right, you've just gone past that gazebo thing again.
Yeah, 4 bedrooms.
Yeah. Oh, hey, man. I'm sorry, but I'll stick to the beaches, will I? That's bloody fast, that, man. I see the vehicle in the garage. Oh, here we go. In between. Oh, what? You stop there in the back of the boot.
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You get another like from me now.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, that was fast. It was fun and it was fast. I like that.
The good news out there is, like I said, there's enough room and there's enough gaps you can get through them, and you really don't have a chance on hitting things unless you like around the house it was a little close.
Yeah.
But I had enough room in that. It was about 8 to 10 feet in that house area, so I knew I had enough room to just kind of glide it in and out. I just had to make sure I could see what I was doing.
It's all about timing, measurement, and speed. And you cracked that one off nicely.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, young man.
What's the temperature outside?
73 right now.
Hi, cool cat.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, it's good, yeah, cat, cool cat. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. Right, let's get at this beer. No, I'll be watching a lot more of your stuff, no, Captain Joe. I thought I had you subbed when I subscribed to everybody else, but obviously not.
Thank you.
But I've done it now. I love that kind of stuff.
I put out, in the last 30 days, I put out 33 videos.
Hey, you must be good at your editing. You must be quick.
I'm supposed to go fly today with Johnny. I got to find out.
The thing is, where I live, it's all about the weather because we've had rubbish weather. Like I've told you loads of times. It's either too windy or it's just trying to do rain or we've had hailstone in April. God, would you believe it? I'm just sick of this weather. I think Mark's got his own doing out there. It's gone the wrong way, Mark.
Hi, Joe.
Mark. What the hell?
that Johnny had to come to Mandeville to drop off his granddaughter to go to school today. So we're supposed to meet. So I'm leaving here for 11. Yeah, we're still going.
Or my recipe system sounds terrible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's gonna be out here around 11:30. I'm gonna bring him to Fairview State Park, where you can fly around the Otis house and all of that, and there's bayous and all kind of stuff you can fly around. There's a big pavilion you can fly through. There's a little play yard with a bunch of toys that Lance likes, and we could fly the drone through the things without hitting things, Lance.
All right. He,
Ouch.
Yeah.
I was going to meet a buddy of mine today, but he was called into work at the last second. So
Lance.
maybe I will fly the Air 2S this afternoon. We'll see.
Oh, then cool cat.
Hi, Michael.
Anyway, where's Paul gone?
He went to go fly a ship.
You
Yeah, so we're
remember
gonna be
the,
flying today.
you remember the comedy show, Not the 9 O'Clock News?
Oh,
Well,
I
this is
remember
not-
that. Yeah.
This is not the Paul Murray show.
Paul Murray.
It-
Great.
Lately, it hasn't been the Paul Murray show. We're taking over.
Between intervals, when I have been on, guess who I've been watching? It's had me in stitches. Lee Evans.
All right, yeah, he's good.
Oh, he's good, all right. Had me wore last have leads off.
Have you ever watched Jethro?
Who?
Jethro.
No, I don't think I
J-E-
have.
Capital J-E, capital T-H-R-O.
Jethro.
Yeah.
Have a little glimpse of this. Jethro.
Jethro.
Meeting Carver.
He's from Cornwall.
All right.
He's a comedian. Very good.
Oh, all right, but just I'm checking his site out now.
Let me see
Oh, I like this stuff. Thing is, you got to be careful where you're watching it. You know, obviously, my own got my children is now they're all grown up and they've got their own kids now, but our language and things like that doesn't bother me. Adult
Good shake.
things don't bother me.
Watch out. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Dear me, excuse that cough. I keep going like that, and the microphone is just doing that. What an idiot! I should mute it. Sorry about that, folks.
Hey, Justin, in
Yeah.
that package, it's gonna have 2 of the little blue keyring things. I think I
Okay.
stuck one of the little coin things for her. 3 round stickers and 1 regular sticker.
All right.
So she got a little care package.
She'll like that.
The wood pigeons chasing each other.
Oh,
Breeding
don't-
season.
don't talk about birds. Should have seen me when I'd done that Whitley Bay flight I just put out. Seagulls all over the place, looking for food, and they'll just. Like, I put part 1 out, I haven't put part 2 out yet. I've got to edit to do it. But the seagulls, they tried to hit me back propellers. There was blood all over me drone and knocked us into the grass, didn't they? Good job. But at least nobody was harmed in the process apart from the poor seagull. The little buggers, aren't they, man?
Aye.
Stop, please. Oh. I tell you what, I'm like Paul when it comes to change. I like it around here when it's quiet and all of this. Right now they're beating on something downstairs, fixing. They've been doing it for a couple of days. I think they're doing all the bottom balconies. And then I got some kids that move in that they sit on the steps and make noise all night.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I told the complex says, yeah, we're getting complaints about it, but we can't do anything till after 9 o'clock. I said, well, just period, you know. And then last night I'm coming up the stairs. I had to run to the post office last night to check my PO box because I'm canceling today. I'm not going to pay $91 for 6 months. I'm not going to do it. I'll just give up a PO box. I don't need it. And I'm coming back up my stairs, and they got some guy I never seen in my life sitting on the stairs, scared the hell out of me when I got to the top of the stairs. Because he's just sitting there, and he's all dressed in black. I couldn't even see him until I got to the top of the stairs. And he didn't say too much to me because I had a pistol in my hand. So. But it was just a principle thing. And nobody ever sat. I've been here 16 years, and this is the first time I've had people just, you go outside and they're sitting on the stairs. Become a trailer park.
Oh, dear. You're so tired, I don't know why. Don't know if it's the weather or what.
Don didn't even come on this morning. He must be busy.
He don't really come on the morning shows too often. Usually sleeping.
It takes him all day to get the makeup right and the hair right. Half the day before he brushes that tooth.
He's got to brush his gold teeth. His gold tooth.
One tooth. I like that film though, Lance. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I got some real creatives in my group. The lead actor and I wrote the script, and we changed it a little bit Sunday after all the women left. But good thing we didn't have to film them. They had to refilm me in my little 5-second cameo because we wanted to redo that piece and where you see the iPad. And the iPad has a Easter egg on it. It's called the 253 Film Festival. So we had the countdown of the timer count down to 253. You notice?
Yeah.
You kind of have to, you know, people that know my group know that we always put an Easter egg in, and we try to put last year's one of the 4 topics in from the previous year, and we didn't do that this year, but normally we do that as well.
Anyway, folks, just excuse me. I'm just away for a cigarette. Won't be long.
You know, I used to do a thing with my daughter, about 10-second shorts. And it was a little 10-second short you did, and it was a little film, and you had to do different things. And we used to try to figure out how we were going to do it. We kept entering contests with it, and we did one of them. It was hard to keep it to 10. We did it about 10 times because she was going 10.3 seconds, 10.4 seconds, and we were missing it, just missing it. Got to be exact, you know.
Oh yeah.
And she's obsessive compulsive, and when she grew up, and one of the biggest things, she'd walk up to you and say, "Do I have a fever? Check my head. Do I have a fever?" She used to do that to us all the time. And we did one of them, and we did it in night mode, which was that greenish look.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, and she's sitting there looking at me. She goes, "I don't feel good. Do I have a fever?" And I reach over and I feel her head, and I said, "No." She goes, "I don't have a fever." I said, "No." I said, "You might have a fever." She goes, "Oh," like that. And we hit it on 10 seconds, one first place one time.
All right. So
Just the way she went, "Oh," you know. And that was the name of obsessive compulsive was the name of it.
I wanted to have a one shot, the whole 4-minute and 15-second video be a one shot drone shot. And I got real close, but my actor started getting tired after about the 20th take. And so I break it up, but it was all, so the whole video, my whole story was told from a drone in the air. And, but it wasn't a one shot. I ended up not doing I had to splice it together.
Years ago, before I worked for Pizza Hut, I was doing fill-ins at different extras for movies, because they did a lot of movies in the area. I was doing extras, and you're talking about a day. I was the movie The Campaign that Will Ferrell was in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie was funny.
Dan Aykroyd and John Lithgow also in it, right? And I was pulled in as one of the governors. So we had a big table. We sat around. It was all the governors from the surrounding states, because Will Ferrell and his brother were going to bring a factory in to help revitalize the communities and all of this. And the way I was sitting up front, right next to Dan Aykroyd, right where they were, and he had his foot on the table right next to me, right? And so he put his foot up on the table and talked. And I was the governor sitting right next to him, within like here to my computer. And they broke the scene up, and then had just the four of us right there, but they did close-ups on us while they were asking us questions and stuff like this, and we were asking questions back. And it went through, and they made sure they had the spelling of my name right, because I was getting full credits and all of this. And I was looking forward to that, because that would have gave me a SAG card right there, you know, because I had a speaking part, right? So we go through everything, and I'm waiting for this movie to come out. Movie comes out, the scene's not in it. They cut the scene. And what gets me madder than anything, I found a director's cut, and it's still not in there. So why did they pull this scene completely? You know, it's just, you got to be kidding me. This scene was, because sometimes you get director's cut and they show all the pulled scenes. And I went and bought the director's cut, the Blu-ray actually, and checked it, nowhere on it. But it was fun to do. But we got there at 4 a.m, got set up for 6 a.m, started shooting at 6:30. I left there at 8 p.m. You know, now that's a lot of takes. You know, that was a long day.
Got you all excited, Joe. Hey, did you read the question I put in the chat, Joe?
Let me go back and look.
Let me read it to you.
We give you
No, that wasn't the one with the pond, the fishing pond.
Yeah.
No, that's just a little fishing pond on the property.
It's
The
lovely,
guy
though,
that owns
right?
the house, when they own the house, they built a little pond on the side.
Yeah.
So it's
So
just
what I
a
asked
little
is
single
is
pond.
what those fish were. Were they little crucian carp or something, or mirror carp or something?
No,
'Cause they
bass.
seem to be basking. Oh, they're bass, are they? All
Yeah,
of
there were
them.
bass, there's catfish, bass, perch. It's full of turtles. They got turtles all in it.
Cool. Because as
And
the drone flew over, I could see them moving. You know, the drone was
oh yeah,
disturbing them a little
they
bit,
were
wasn't
spooking
it?
them. Yeah, I went back after I flew the drone. And threw a cast in there. The first cast, as soon as it hit the water, caught a bass.
Yeah, we saw the
I mean,
picture
as
of
soon
that
as
as
it
well.
hit the water, it hit the lure.
Wow.
So it's got a lot of them. I wound up catching 5 of them.
I bet that's,
And
that's just
did you end
such
up
good
keeping
fun.
any of them?
No, I put them all back. You know, I put it like this: that fish was real healthy. It's healthy. I mean, really healthy.
It looked good. What is it? Is it good eating, largemouth bass or not?
Oh yeah, they are. It's a trout. It's a trout species.
Right. Because sea bass is nice. I know that much, but I don't think they're very similar. But sea bass is a lovely fish to eat.
It's a damned expensive fish to eat.
Yeah, well, not if you yank out to sea, but
Well, he lives in the palace, so
yeah, send out
it's not an issue.
one of the butlers to go and get one.
He doesn't even fish for the fish. He just sends a butler down there to fish and pole.
So I caught one down in West Bay once. I say caught, but I think a boat had whacked it. It had a mark on it on the side. I think when it took the bait, it committed suicide. But it just kind of grabbed at the sand eel, just out of pure instinct, because they don't feed around that time either. Same with a mullet that I caught. I was very lucky to have caught it. And even then I had to see it. But yeah. Oh, and it was delicious. One of the best things I've ever eaten. It's about 3 pounds as well, so it's a decent size.
But definitely not flying next to trees like EA, Cap, Jewel, like. I'm not brave enough to do that stuff. I fly over water and I fly lighthouse. I've got another one there. But no, I've not that confident yet.
Yeah. Oh, I see the
Yeah,
logo.
All right.
Yeah, that was the first one I caught. That was about 16 inches, maybe
Now
about
tell me.
right at about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds.
Is that part of the lure, or is that green algae type stuff hanging off it? Is that kind of silvery
Yeah, that was a
hologrammy
little,
plastic?
that right there. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like a little seaweed algae that was in the pool.
Right. But above that
But-
slightly, where you're marking, is that the glittery green part of the lure, is it?
Right, that's all the lure right there.
Right. I'm surprised that green would work because there's a lot of green in there anyway, you know. You'd think it would have
Yeah.
to be bright.
But as soon as it hit,
Yeah. But you're right, it's a beautiful fish. It looks
yeah,
very,
very
fit.
healthy.
Mm.
It'd have been a lot
I
healthier
know what
for you
song
to
would
eat.
go with that. That'd be a great picture and put a song in there if I could. But it'd be copyrighted thing, just left, right, and center.
It'd have been a
You
lot
should
healthier
catch
for you
that
to eat that
fishy
fish
on
in
the
that honey
little
bun this
fishy.
morning, Joe.
What's
To eat that fish? Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyway, hi Paul. Welcome back, young man.
I'm back. Just in time to get my Meals on Wheels.
Nice.
Meals
What are we
on
having
Wheels?
today?
I hope it's something to do with fish.
No, it's roast beef with
Oh.
mashed potatoes.
Holy
Now we're
shit.
talking.
good.
Now we're talking. Roast beef.
Hey,
Yum.
Justin.
Yeah, I got roast beef with gravy, and what I did is I mixed the mashed potatoes with it.
Oh.
There you go.
For lunch, I
Yeah,
had seasoned roast potatoes and chicken with gravy, with a bit of stuffing as well. It was delicious.
Sounds nice to me.
Mm,
Looks good.
very good.
The
Yeah,
best part of
Justin,
it is
that-
the best part of it is it's free.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
that encampment they had at Tulane University last night. They got
Uh-huh.
pictures of the police when they went in. They're tearing everything down, and they got them they got 4 police officers walking with them. One's got each extremity, and they're just carrying them like that, one arm, one leg, one leg. And these people are fighting them, and they're just walking with them and putting them in the back of the wagon. And they said the biggest thing that they're concerned about is all of these tents that are out there are exactly the same. They're all North Face tents. They run around $500 a piece. Who's supplying these?
Yeah, someone's buying them.
Yeah, because
It's like
you
they've
could
got
get
sponsorship.
you can get a decent little 2-man tent at Walmart for like $40, $50. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
North Face is expensive as hell.
And that's the same thing happening at all other campuses. It's the same tents. So who's follow the money? Find out where this money's coming from.
Mhm.
That's what I want to know. So
Well,
it's the
it
same
could
thing
either
with police
be
money.
a government thing, or it could be, I don't know if
Sorrows?
a charity might be donating them, but that's a lot of
No,
money.
it's not a charity. It's Sorrows or somebody like that.
Yeah, it'll be some kind of government non-profit organization.
Yeah, but the
Political,
bottom line
goal.
is it's right before an election. Here we go.
It could be being
Well-
paid for by Hamas too,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's called
Jesus
diversion.
because Hamas took over the government in the West Bank, and they
Yeah.
control all that money that everybody's sending money to the Hamas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And like I said,
they'd
the bottom
infiltrated
line-
the UN. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And if you create a diversion, you take your eye off everything else.
But
We'll call up-
there were about 16 people that were in the UN. It was UNRWA. 16 people that they found that they knew about, and they busted. And they'd infiltrated the United Nations, and they were in there sending money to Hamas from
Wow.
all the Western countries.
The UN
That's
is
another
fucking
organization that you go-
useless
you
ass organization.
100% useless, terrible.
Because
thing.
I mean, just take for example, if the U.S. wants to do a military, anything militarized anywhere, they don't ever ask the UN for fucking permission. They just do it.
Yeah,
The
nor
UN
should they
doesn't.
either.
Is
Yeah, the
it?
United States goes like this when we're gonna do something.
They don't give a shit. Like that's what I'm saying. Is like even the U.S. doesn't take the UN seriously.
Yeah, good.
But we
But,
give
you
them a
know,
lot
you
of
get all
money.
you get all these votes, right? People voting in even the UK Parliament. Voting whether or not Israel should do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Obviously, that's what Israel was thinking anyway. It's like, so what? It doesn't matter. As many votes as you like. They're going to defend their people. They're going to do what's necessary, which hopefully will result in the destruction of Hamas, whether they like it or not.
And what I don't understand, this is my personal view, but how college professors and everything have pretty much taken over control of the minds of our supposedly smartest and brightest that are going.
Yeah, well, that's a good question, Paul. And the answer is over the course of, I think, say approximately 50 years, it's slipped its way in via something called intersectional feminism, and that's certainly the guise in which it took originally, but it was then kind of bent out of shape and became something else, and the whole of academia now has been infiltrated, captured, if you like, by this dangerous ideology.
Well, and the other thing too that bothers me is
It's not just America.
You got this the gay community, the
Mhm.
whatever you call it.
The
They're
LGBT,
supporting
yeah.
Hamas. Go over there
Exactly.
and try and play the games you're playing. Boom.
Yeah, it's like gays for Hamas or something, right? Or
Yep.
gays for Palestine. Palestine for gays, they would be hurling them off the top of buildings, frankly. And their attitudes out there to gay people is so utterly, I can't say the word because it's naughty, but it is so utterly broken and barbaric.
Yep.
And these people,
I would say the average American says, "Hey, do what you want to do, just leave me out of it," right? But
right, yeah.
these guys are actively stoking the rhetoric in our country, and yet if they were over in their country, they'd be dead.
Yeah, they would be killed,
Yep.
hung, thrown off a building. Yep, no doubt about it.
Look, I'm all about rights for everybody, but when you're pushing a cause and you've gotten to a point where everybody's accepting you, then that's when you need to stop pushing, because then you just start creating more hate. You're doing the opposite of what you were originally trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're no longer asking for rights. You're asking for special treatment. You're asking for something that you didn't originally have, and neither should you. It's a bit screwed up.
And nobody seems to address that. No, nobody wants to talk about it.
A lot of stupidity in the world, Paul.
Yes, there is.
A lot, and it's fucking terrifying. I mean, like you say, these are meant to be the country's brightest, and I mean, and it's the West. It's not just the US.
No,
it's
it's
happening in England, Europe, everywhere, and it's been infiltrated by the same types of people. Which
I don't know. The universities down, the two major universities down here in Florida already said they're done with all that crap, and if students start getting out of hand with protesting and stuff, they're just going to start expelling students.
Right, yeah.
They said they're not
some
dealing with it
universities
anymore.
Are doing the right thing, which is brilliant.
The governor had a thing here the other day where he actually had spoken with the heads of the universities here in Florida, and they said they're not putting up with any of that stuff anymore. You come to school to go do your schooling, and that's it. They're not putting up with any extra crap.
Yeah. But people are spending hundreds of thousands of pounds to leave university with a fucking gender studies degree or something, and then doing a TikTok video about why no one wants to employ them or something. It's sad more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because what did they expect, really?
Well, it's so obvious what's going on when a big university like Columbia breaks out into a riot, and security officers walk away, and police don't show up for 3 hours.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, sometimes there does seem to be a bit of a two-tier policing kind of situation going on. Something I've noticed in London. Let me just turn my TV off. Sorry. Oops. And they seem to be policing whatever they feel they should police. It's not very good.
So, Lance, how's things going on out there? They're not doing any riots out there, are they?
UW, I don't think they are. I didn't watch the news last night. My daughter sent a video from San Diego State. It was pretty, she was walking by and filmed it. It was pretty calm. It wasn't, crazy, but just up the road, UCLA and USC, they're going nuts up there.
Yeah.
But San Diego State seems to be fairly calm, although they're protesting, and but up here, I don't think there's You know, they shut down I-5 about a month ago. You know, the protesters walked along the freeway up and down downtown Seattle and basically shut the freeway down because cars couldn't get around them.
Well, somebody reported that 75% of all of the activists that are out there are being paid and they're not students.
And I remember years ago, there was a video of some guy with a wad of cash just saying, look, I'll give you $60 if you, he's just paying people and giving them signs to use. It was kind of crazy. I'd never even thought that was a thing. It might be so important to get people to do that.
Well,
Yeah,
and
it
then
is.
there's, like I said, there are some kids that have, even like Ben Shapiro was talking, there are a lot of kids that go to these universities and they fake their way through some classes just so the professors will pass them. So if the professor wants them to write a pro paper about something that they don't agree with, they'll just do
Right.
it just to get the
They
grade.
just do it, yeah.
But they don't actually are on that side of whatever the professor's trying to push on them.
Now, Joe was
Yeah.
saying this morning that he
'Cause
has
Ben
a
Shapiro
sister.
said he did that all through college.
Joe, your
Right,
sister,
yeah.
your sister is a professor, right?
My sister's a nut. Yeah, she's a professor at University of Las Vegas, Nevada. She's actually stopped now. She goes every once in a while and does a class, but she's got a PhD in philosophy,
Philosophy.
and she thinks she knows everything and everything's right. And I mean, like I said, I call her on holidays. I haven't seen her probably in, man, got to be 15 years, because she hasn't been back here in 15 years, and I haven't been to Vegas in 15, might be longer than that. And the ironic part about the whole thing is my brother goes out there at least twice a year to see her, and and he's like me. I would love to be the fly on the wall to hear those conversations, because they got to go at it sometime. And if she doesn't like what you're saying on the phone, she goes, "Oh gosh," and hangs up. So she don't want to even listen.
Hey, Captain Joe, you know what they say? You're talking about your sister. Well, you're talking about a woman. Women are always right. Remember that.
She's worse.
Who is this guy? Get him on.
Yeah, she's
Hey,
worse.
David.
This is your warning. She's coming home.
Oh, Laura's coming home?
You'll be here tomorrow.
Right. No bullying me today, David, all right? Sending
No,
me
shut
private
up, Michael.
messages to tell me that my language is fucked up.
So, is her mum being moved, or is her mum
Yes.
staying there? She's been moved.
Yeah.
Good.
It's all set to go.
Yeah, Laura says that that's where she wants to be. So
Yeah, but
you
it
know.
was all set to go on Sunday. Didn't work.
Yeah, but they've started prepping her for moving because it's going to be done first thing in the morning.
Well, they have to do an autopsy first, right?
What? What I missed?
Yeah, what did I miss?
Yeah, I think I missed something as well.
I missed something here. Something got
That
missed.
was kind of a dumb joke. I'm sorry.
And I think they have to do that after you've died, though, Paul. To be fair, otherwise it's not very accurate.
Yeah.
Paul, we're on the same subject, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not dead before they do the autopsy, you will be afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see him.
Cause of death.
Especially
Shit,
when
I
they
took the
start
art out.
weighing your brain and stuff,
I watched a really good film about a guy being alive during an autopsy. A horror film.
Really?
It was brilliant. Yeah, a really good one.
Brilliant.
I'll find out what it's called.
I'm beginning
It was
to
really
get
well made.
about Michael.
Say, I didn't hear what he said. Say again. I honestly didn't hear. Sorry.
I said I'm beginning to get worried about you.
Oh yeah, no, it's all right. You should.
His
You
true
shouldn't
colours
get
are
worried
coming
about
out
me.
now.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Yeah,
Rob.
but it was an excellent film. I'm going to find out what it was called. You'll see. I
Behind
also
that-
saw. I also saw one with that girl from is it the Monsters or something?
Oh, Wednesday Adams.
Yes, that's the one. The girl who played Wednesday Adams in the Adams Family, Christine. Anyway, Christina, someone. She plays this girl.
Hey,
who-
how are you doing?
Well,
in
you won't
the
play a
Addams-
bloke.
In the Adams Family
Yeah.
series,
What I did was
film,
hang on a
or
minute. I'm online. I'm gonna
the
mute myself.
Wednesday series.
Yes, on Netflix.
Yeah,
But-
that is good
Oh
Wednesday.
no, I'm
But
not talking about film. I'm
behind
not
that
talking about
mysterious posh voice that Michael has, is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Have you seen the Ted Bundy documentary? Brilliant."
Brilliant.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of mysterious like that.
What,
I mean,
a
I remember
documentary
someone
about
said,
somebody selling shoes?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
someone said that
No,
church
that was
organs.
that was Al Bundy.
Oh, Al Bundy, yeah, from Married with Children. That was brilliant. That was. I used to love watching that. I still do occasionally watch a bit of Married
Yeah,
with
I
Children.
do, but mainly for Christina Applegate.
I bet you do.
Oh, yeah, she's kind of cute. I used to love it when I was younger, though. Excuse me. Hiccups.
You know who I
God
used
bless
to
you.
be in love with? I used to be in love with Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah.
Aye. She used to play.
I'm still in love with her.
She was
Yeah,
a
the
mermaid
mermaid.
out of Splash. Remember Splash, the film?
Oh yeah, Daryl Hannah. Yeah.
She's married to Neil Young.
I know a friend of Daryl Hannah's. I know him quite well. She got a famous mum as well.
Well, you want to hear the worst thing, Joe? A couple years ago, I'm shooting Mardi Gras, and
Oh.
I'm sitting there, and they got a lot of celebrities that come down by Gallia Hall, and they sit there and they introduce them and everything, and they're giving out names, and they turned around and they said Daryl Hannah. I turned around and looked, and she had been sitting there the whole time. I hadn't seen her.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, you got to be kidding me. And then there was another one. If y'all ever watched The Walking Dead, it was the
Alright.
girl that became the girlfriend of the governor, and then she was doing that to go in and kill the governor, and they wound up putting her in a room, and she got bit, and she wound up killing herself.
Wow,
I can't
what
remember
was
what
her
her name
name
is.
again, man? Oh.
Yeah,
I know
but
who
she
you mean.
was in one of the balconies, and I was standing there, and she calls to me and says, "Can you grab me one of those things on the ground?" It was like a special bead or something. And I looked up at it, and I was tired. I reached down and got it, and I threw it up to her. And I said, "Yeah," I said, "I've had a long day, so that's the only one I'm gonna do." Like that to it. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it." And she goes, she says, do you want to, how she put it? She said something about an autograph or something. And I looked up at it and I said, "Well, who are you?" Like, who are you? You know? And then she told me who she was. And I was thinking, and I was trying to think, and I couldn't put it together. And I had watched The Walking Dead. And I had she said, "Did you want to take a picture of me?" So I took a picture of her. I had a picture from a distance, said, "No, I'm good." Like this. So we talk. I was tired. I was ready to go. And so we're talking and everything. I come home and I got a side picture of her reaching out for something. And I went and looked her up. That was her. You know, now I'm mad because she was talking to me. She goes, "I'll come down here and I'll come talk to you and I'll give you an autograph and all this." I feel like a fool, man. I had she wanted to talk to me, and I might have gone out or something, you know. I don't know.
Joe's like, "What? What an autograph from a nobody."
And she probably got money and everything, going to pay for everything. Well, I screwed that one up. Huh? That's what happens when you get there at 4 a.m. and it's 3 p.m. and you're ready to go and you don't feel like doing anything.
Fine.
Well, that was a phone call from the FAA calling back about the drone.
All right.
And I gave him all the information, and he says, did he go to Philadelphia? And I gave him the exact name and address and everything, and yes. And when it was shipped and the whole bit.
Was it Mikey?
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Michael DeCorsio.
Yeah,
who you
Mark was
sold-
telling me about that phone call.
The
He
chair.
mentioned that to me yesterday.
Is that who you
So-
sold it to?
so-
Paul?
What's
Seriously?
that?
Is that who you sold it to?
Yes.
Oh, so they're going to the next step. on
They're
him, huh?
checking up on all the
Oh,
drones that are
yeah, they're
registered to him.
checking all of his.
Do you think they're going to seize them?
He didn't
It
say.
sounds that way.
He says they were just verifying because they saw that I went through on my end when I sold it, and I marked it as I didn't have it anymore.
Right.
And he
It
said-
seems like they are.
The guy says, "You'd be surprised how many people sell drones and they don't go in and deregister."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But unless Mikey had registered it in his name, they wouldn't have known that it was one that they had to look at. So he must have registered it in his name.
Or
Right. Yes.
or he's still flying it and they got it and he's flying it with my registration still on it.
No.
He
They
can't
wouldn't-
because
that
you've
wouldn't be the
taken the
case.
registration off it.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you
Yeah,
do
they
that.
wouldn't know unless he was registered.
Mm.
They're probably just
Yeah.
trying to get a paper trail on what drones came from where.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, that he was
I said-
very, very thankful for me doing the research and finding that. And
Federal prosecutors are meticulous when it comes to cases.
Yeah, they have to be, because if there's a problem,
I hope you
they can-
told him
they
when
can
you
throw
spoke
everything
to
out,
him
can't
that you disagree with what you're
Jim.
doing to Mikey.
no, I
Jim's-
didn't tell him that.
What'd Jim say?
I said,
Jim
as a
said I
person-
wanted Justin's autograph, but
as
I'm
a
not paying
person, I like Mikey, but
$3,000.
sometimes he's out there. And the guy says, yes, he's a very, very nice to talk to gentleman, but he says he doesn't want to follow the rules.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
says, well,
Yeah.
that's part of Mikey.
Christina Ritchie was that girl's name, by the way.
That's the showman in Mikey. That's not Mikey. That's his persona on YouTube.
Jim, I'll send it to you for $20.
Yeah.
What are you sending for 20
I
bucks?
got a Black Friday special going on. He said I just wanted Justin's autograph, but I'm not paying $3,000. That's ridiculous.
Joan, you're now put a rip off.
I'll sell you Justin's autograph for 10.
I wonder if you did that, if you put on eBay
Justin said, not Joan.
genuine
Don't know what's happening.
genuine Mark White autographs, would people buy it whether they know who he is or not?
Yeah, if you try.
Well, I don't use my proper name online, social media, for obvious reasons. Yeah. But if I did, and I tried to sell my autograph on eBay, it would confuse a hell of a lot of people, and a hell of a lot of people would think they're getting some really top-notch golfing equipment.
All right, Nick Faldo.
You're not
No.
called Ledbetter.
That's the one. How did you know?
If I put my photographs
What do you
up
mean,
on,
how did I know?
That kind of thing,
How'd you
for
know my
autographs,
surname?
it'd be called Jig the Peg
Most famous golfer called David.
with extra legs.
Oh.
Yeah,
So most of
You do know your golf then.
So most of the
Alright,
good
all in
pros.
one.
I've been playing golf since the mid
Since-
80s.
Hey, Mark, you've been playing golf since the Golf 4, right?
Since the mid 80s. Got down to 13.
Wow.
Never tried it.
Yeah, I saw his video, Dre.
How many years play pool?
When I was in high
Used to
school,
play pool for a pub team.
when I was in high school, my parents used to be members of a real nice exclusive golf course, and the first hole was right here, and off
What
to
she
the right
said.
was the clubhouse, and everything was over here, including the pro shop and everything.
Yeah.
And
We all remember our
I
first hole.
used to have a wicked slice. And so finally the pro came out and stood out there while I teed off, and I teed off, and that ball curved all the way around and all the way around and all the way around and all the way around over and landed on the tee off for number 18. And I looked over at him, and he just shook his head and walked back in the in the crowd.
Yeah, me. Oh.
Did
See,
it
that's
start
the-
off? Did it start off straight and then curve to the right?
No, it
The
went,
right.
To the bishop,
it
the
went
axis.
right out and then curved like this and went around and around and around and around and around and landed over there.
Right.
Then you're hitting the ball on an out to in path
Yep,
with a fairly square face.
yep. And I attributed it to my big belly. When I was swinging, I was going around it.
And you can't do that. I mean, look at the size of the walrus.
Oh, now we're
Hey, Joe,
talking.
that's the case you're sending back?
Yeah, that's the case I'm sending back right there.
Hang on,
That one?
let me highlight it.
That's the
I
one I'm
love
gonna
it.
send back.
Oh, that's sexy as hell.
That looks mint.
It's
Mm.
just what I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is that when you put all your stuff in there, there's no place to put a charging hook, a plug.
Oh, come on.
You can't put
Your
it underneath
pocket.
the drone there in those two big
Put it in your
pockets?
pocket.
No, that big
Put it
pocket
in one
under
of the
one holds the
battery
motion.
spots.
Yeah, one holds it doesn't fit. One holds the
One
motion
holds the
control,
fit.
and then the hub plastic
How can
hub
it
fits
not
underneath,
fit?
and you can't even get it out. It sits in there so tight, you gotta squeeze your finger in there to get it out.
You
That's what
can't
she
get
said.
it up.
Yeah,
Mm.
can't get it out.
Next time when you get out, just say you'll ask, just say, can you hold my charger for us while I'm walking about?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't mind if you can't get it out. It's if
Yeah,
you
I know.
can't get it up. Yeah. Once it's up, you can't get it out. They're quite happy.
I'd rather send it back, and if I'll see about maybe the other one.
Wow, man.
Oh, Dre is
Yeah, Recovery One
Okay.
says watch Geek Savannah's video.
Geek Savannah. Yep.
I had to phone the tow truck once, you know. And I have a strong winch on the back of the wagon once. So I was stuck, wasn't I? I said, just grab out my balls and winches out that way.
Hey, David,
Yes.
they might not have thought it was a golfer. They might have thought it was some relative of Margot.
May
Somebody
have.
with it would have
Hmm?
been somebody with bandy legs.
That was on The Good Life. That was their name.
Yes.
I was
Mark
good. Oh,
Jerry.
Christ, I remember that.
Yeah, the neighbour, weren't it, Margot?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
I wonder how many of you can remember a program called Tomorrow's World.
Oh, yeah.
Is that handsome dude there?
I just love watching that about the tech.
With Michael Soper
Aye.
and, oh, God, what was the old guy called?
Oh, Mark, man.
Who's got their TV on?
Turn the TV off, man. You should be talking us and I'm watching TV.
Hey,
What was
Paul,
the old
how
guy
long
called?
ago did
Oh,
you
there you
sell
go.
that drone to Mikey?
What's that?
How long ago did you sell that drone to Mikey?
Oh, it was hang on, I could tell you the exact
Sep-
date.
September 2019.
September 2019.
I doubt he
Oh,
still
okay.
even
See?
has
All
that.
right.
Mark was
'Cause,
exactly right.
Yeah, according to Geese Vonner's video, I guess he got caught flying
I
again recently. And that's why they hammered him in court the other day, because during this whole period, he was not supposed to be flying.
Hmm.
I guess
Yeah.
somebody been tracking him, and they caught him flying again.
He flew his Mavic 3 apparently.
Yeah, something. And
Oh
and
man.
they cannot have. He's not supposed to prohibited from flying drones. Period.
Well,
No,
honestly, Dre,
he was allowed to fly so long as he stuck to the rules until he
that
got
was
his
before.
Part
He's
107.
saying,
Mhm.
yeah, but this
But-
is after he's saying.
They said he went
Afterwards, now
beyond.
he
No,
can't
they said
fly.
he went
Period.
beyond line of sight with it.
Yeah. Afterwards,
in-
it was a
at the
very
beginning-
short statement. And
at the
that short
beginning of
statement
April.
just said no flying of drones at all. And they weren't specific. They didn't say, UAS or anything. It was drones.
No.
So they covered the whole multitude.
Yeah.
Mm.
So evidently, like I said, he didn't want to be compliant again. So now they
Yes,
tell
but-
him you don't get to play at all.
I think they said it was on the 8th of April or something. He flew it beyond line of sight again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even
Oh.
showed the track. They knew exactly where it flew.
Mm. Yeah, they've been monitoring remote ID.
But this just goes to show the blatant disregard that he left Paul hanging in the wind by not re-registering that drone
Yep.
that Paul sold him. And now
He
Paul's got
must-
to answer to the
But he
FAA.
must have registered
about the
it.
Dre,
drone.
he
though.
must have registered
Well, Dre,
it, or else they
I
wouldn't have known
deregistered
to
it,
get
but
in
it's
touch
still
with Paul.
listed in my 21 different drones I've owned.
Yeah, okay. They tracked the drone serial number back to you,
Yep.
right? So did
No, that
he
was a different
re-register
drone.
in his name?
It's a different
Yeah, but-
drone.
They're
Paul
just interested
sold him
in
a
where he
Mavic
got it
2
from.
Enterprise.
Mark, he's had
Not-
several drones. Mikey has had every drone that's came out since about 2017.
Yeah,
So I'm
pretty much.
saying that if he failed to register the drone, because Mikey has never registered himself
If he
What?
as a
did
pilot.
Oh, no, he
register-
has.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Draymond,
man.
he has. He has
No,
registered
no,
he
his
no,
had
no.
DJI.
registered that drone as his, how did the FAA know to get in touch with Paul to see if he sold it to him?
Well,
Because when they
because
tracked the drone, it came back to Paul.
they can track the
Yes, I
serial
know,
nu-
but how did they know Paul
They can
sold
track the
it to
serial
Mike
number as to who
unless
had
Mike had registered it in his name?
Mark,
No,
they
no,
can
Mark,
track
Mark,
the
the
serial
drone
number back
was
to
first
all of the
registered
different
under
owners
Paul.
of that drone.
That's right, Paul. Paul, you're
They
exactly
can do
right.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I
what
know.
I get what Mark's
Both
saying.
things
It
can
was
be true.
registered to you, Paul, has no relevance in the fact that it had to have been registered in Mikey's name for them to know to deal with that drone.
Yeah, both things can be
Okay,
true.
Mark. Reason why I'm explaining this because Mike is being charged of not being a registered pilot. Period. He never has.
Not having a 107, I think, is.
He hasn't registered even as a hobbyist. He has never registered himself.
Well,
or
then
any
the
drone.
only way they would have made that connection is it's possibly they seized the drone already, and then they did the back thing on it. They went to his
Yeah.
house, took his drone, then they
Yeah.
made the connection to Paul. But I get what Mark's saying. If they didn't do that, how would they have made the connection to
Right.
Paul unless they actually
But I know
register
for a
or they
fact
got their
that
hands on the drone?
Mikey did register his DJI drone because one thing he talked about, and he said he regretted doing that. But he did register his DJI.
But I don't think he would
drones
still
with-
have that drone anyway, because he was, like I said, he was one of those people in the community that would sell drones to buy new drones.
No,
So
way.
why would he? I don't think he would have held on to a Mavic 2 Enterprise when what was it, like a year ago? He was
He may do.
asking for money to get the newer drones.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. They backtracked to the hands of who that drone came through. Like I say, now they got it back to Paul, which goes back to show that I don't think Mikey or registered. And I say, you're telling me Mikey did register his drones, did not? Why is he being charged with that?
There you go.
Well, there you go. Look,
Remember,
I
these
think
charges
maybe
go back to 2018 and 2019.
I don't think he's being charged with
Where
not
a lot of you
registering his
guys got
DJI
involved
drone.
with drones.
All right.
I mean, any which
No,
way he's
it's
screwed.
not.
I mean, it don't matter.
Oh,
No,
yeah, he's
Dre, I
hammered,
mean-
and he hammered himself.
Unless a drone is registered to you, how do they know who it's registered to?
Because
I'll
you're
give
supposed
you-
to register
I'll
your
give you a
drones
good
within
example.
the FAA database.
I'll give you
Not
a
if
good
you've not
example.
registered it. If you've not
Well, that's-
registered it, it's not on their database in your name.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Mark. It's
Yeah,
possible that they
So
could
it
have.
must have been registered in his name for him to know it was his.
Unless they
Gotta be.
seized it.
Unless
then
they
they-
seized it and they read the serial number off the drone.
I'm thinking that's what might have happened.
That's
And
the
they're
only
just-
other way.
Well, I'm thinking that's what happened, and they're trying to
Mm.
just get a paper trail on where all the drones came from, who the
Yeah,
original
that's
owners
right.
were, all that stuff.
Well, I'll give you all a
But
good
they
example here.
they
will I?
actually asked if it was about
In the
2 years
UK.
ago, but it wasn't. It was 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, like I say, all these charges stem back from flights he conducted back from 2018 through 2020.
Right, if I can carry on, gentlemen. I'll give
Anyway,
you a
we
good
don't actually
example
know
of the
what's
UK
happening.
rules and
Only
regulations
Mikey
for the
knows that,
civil
and the
aviation.
FAA, so it's between
And also,
them.
both things can be true.
He may have his current drones registered, but that's not what he's been charged. He's been charged with the flights that occurred between 2018 and 2020.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
he
that's
only
a-
got one off Paul in September 2019.
And maybe what they mean by being charged with not being registered,
Stop.
what they mean by that maybe is, not being registered as a pilot, not having a number to write on your drone sort of
Well,
thing.
that's the
That's
whole
what they
thing.
mean.
When you register, even
Stop.
if you're a hobbyist and you still register yourself, you get one number you can put on all your drones as a hobbyist.
Okay.
Now,
Is
you're
that
like
part of-
Part 107,
That's the same as ours.
and every individual drone gets its own separate number.
Right.
So like I said,
Yeah.
if he had his own number to put on all his drones, that's all he had to do. That's why I know he never registered the drones, because they were all not registered. That's how they charged him with. Every time he started them drones up, it was considered a violation, and they hammered him for it.
Mm.
Every time he started the motors. That's
Here's
every
the one for you, gentlemen, right? Newcastle, right? RAF Boomer. Well, I wasn't next to there, but Morgan, who I'm in the UK. I went to the coast, tried to take off, and I took off about 1 meter high, and the drone went down, and I got a warning saying you cannot take off from this point. And the civil
okay.
aviation says, right, we need to know your name. They want to know who's the operator, and that was me. Says,
Did you
register.
check
And
for
then I got-
VFRs or anything?
I got
That's
police
right.
phone saying you can't
Temporary
take
flight
off from this
restrictions.
area.
Did you
until I
check
tell
an
you where I
app?
was.
Joe, did you check an app for temporary flight restrictions or anything?
No, I didn't. But what
No?
it is, I want to know what country I was in, what my name was, what my civil
Yeah.
aviation number is.
I suspect what happened is that there was some kind of visiting politician or something in the area, and they just stuck a temporary flight restriction, like a big chunk on a map.
What they did tell us, they would come up, because I had to phone them. They wanted me phone them and email and that. And WhatsApp, they knew who I was. They says, all right, can you contact this number? And I had to phone them up. For could you take the drone off the ground? So I had to phone this phone number. So I phoned them, tell them, and give them my civil aviation number, my registration number. And they turn around and says, all right, well, you're clear to fly. But they says, it just could be out, just so you know that there's low-flying aircraft in the area at the minute.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, check this out. Look how still Draymond is right now. That's amazing. I've never seen anyone do that before.
Well, that's
why
Just imagine the dedication and self-control.
You're looking at a portrait.
What?
That's his portrait.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Mr. Crawford,
I just put it
you're
in
looking good, son.
Yes, Joe, I'm at parade rest.
Yeah. Well, I'm missing. Hold on a minute. I'm not looking.
Anyway, I'm going for a cigarette, but that's what I want to tell you is about my flight. I only had the one experience because normally I'm clear to take off and everything, check home point updates and everything. Good, and I've got no warnings.
I don't like that DJI can do that, that DJI can control that drone.
But when
I've actually got a Facebook page where I post all of the temporary flight restrictions as they come out.
Oh, okay. I've got two apps that I use for stuff, and I rarely go flying my drones anyway. And when I say drones, it's only just plural. I have two, so
Yeah.
I'm more of a fixed wing pilot in any case. I go slope soaring and whatnot, and but I do have two. What are they called? Hang on, let me have a look.
I mean,
One
I
of them is
just
called
find it
Drone
easier
Assist.
just not to fly drones. Makes it so
There you
much
go.
easier.
Yeah, it does simplify things somewhat. But I use Drone Buddy, which I think, and Drone Assist. Yeah, Drone Buddy is
I've got
something
Drone
else.
Assist.
Drone Assist is probably the better one.
Drone
because
Assist, that's the one I use.
with the CAA.
And I've got,
Okay.
yep, that's right. And
They are good though.
Drone Assist, and I've got that other one, that weather map now, that was really helpful on Saturday for me. I downloaded.
I'm gonna
Because
take
it will
the
show
pillow
you
out and start
all the
terrorizing people.
yeah, show you all the TFRs.
Yeah,
But the other
exactly.
one I think is good for weather. Sorry, go on.
No, I was
Which one?
gonna say,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the
UAV
Drone
forecast
Buddy.
weather one.
Yeah, Drone Buddy is really good for weather forecasting. I think that's why why I look at that one.
Drone Buddy, I've never ever looked at that or downloaded that, but no Drone Assist, I've got that.
Also,
But,
there's a really
other weather
important
things,
app
but,
I use that's part of Google, and it shows the wind direction, and it shows them with quite a degree of accuracy for the next day as well, which is really useful because there's a couple of places that I fly on the face of the White Horse at Bratton Camp, and also there's a little bowl area. So if the wind's in the other direction, it's blowing directly into the bowl. With a few degrees of leeway, I can fly pretty much in that. Let me see. Just trying to work out what it is. So we've got, I think it's northeast all the way to kind of pretty much north to northeast.
Right.
And I'm set for flying in the bowl. And then a westerly wing, a westerly wind is always on the face. That's perfect for flying. But yeah, I check that before I go there.
I'll tell
I
you
can give
what,
you the
you know what
forecast
is?
of the UK, wet and rainy.
I tell you what, you know what it is? You sound like somebody I've talked to and I've been in his chat before. You haven't got a teddy bear with a cap on, have you?
It's sunshine here, Justin.
Now, if I give you the forecast, wet and rainy for the next 100 days, I'll
I
probably
bet
be
you
about
should see.
98% accurate.
Yeah, that'll cover it.
Well, as we're just about to go into a 27-day dry spell,
Yeah,
we might be wrong.
It's
Really?
cloudy here. It was sunny earlier, but it's 19 degrees, it says. Don't feel 19.
I've heard you guys bitch so much about your weather forecasting, so yeah. Good luck with
Well,
that.
weather forecasting is crap.
You got something to talk about.
It's been cold
It's
here.
England
It's
after all.
done now about rain and thingy, right? Rain and hail. Just choose a con. I tell you, it's a hailstone in April, right? Hailstone. Today is just been like full of sea and mist.
The way you were talking about the wind and soaring, Michael, do you fly gliders?
Oh yeah, I've got an ASW 28. I'll get a picture of that up. And I've got a hotliner, and I've got it's like a pseudo Zaggy. If you're familiar with what a Zaggy is, it's a foam. It's a cheap foam glider. Back in the day, in the 80s, you had to put a little electronic device to mix two channels together to get them to work as an aileron. And now, of course, the radio will do it quite
I remember those little cheap foam gliders you'd buy at Walmart for like $20. And you put
20
them together.
Yeah, similar to that. But
No, they
this
were.
one,
They would
yeah.
launch too. You could get far with them too. They were about had about a 3-foot wingspan.
But
They weren't small.
Zaggies are a bit different. Zaggies are kind of have a kind of thick foam core, and at the leading edge of the core is this black foam, which is slightly different. And the black foam is let me see. You can drive over it, and it will deform, and then it will return, and it won't.
Like memory foam.
It won't shift past its limit of proportionality, so it will return to its original position. So that the solar film will go a little bit baggy for a while, then it will just pop back to normal. But I used to have a way of returning the glider to the car, which is I I would fly it around, and then I would unlock the boot of the car, and then just fly it into the back of the car. It would just hit the rests, the headrests at the back, thump, and then I'd close the boot, and that was it. Because it was just so robust. Or I just fly it around and just go zoink right into the ground by my feet, and then I just pick it up. It was that bulletproof. It was amazing. There was nothing you could do to it. In fact, there was an advert on the box, I think, of a car driving over the top of it, which is probably not a good idea because the electronics inside will probably get smashed. Yeah. Great things they are. Zaggies. If you get one, they're just so much fun, and fun for pound. As in the ratio of fun you get for pounds is brilliant. It's right up there. Because these were about 50 quid back in the day, and they're probably 100 quid now, and they're just as good. Anyway, mine isn't a Zaggy, but it's very similar to a Zaggy, and I've modded it so it looks like a Zaggy. The Hotliner has I think it's like a 540 Mabushi in there, a Castle speed controller, a couple of high-speed servos, and that's that. The motor's not super quick, so you don't get that kind of engine, the blade buzz you get when the tips go past the speed of sound. You don't get that. But it is quite powerful.
Right, I'm waiting for us to go out. It won't be long, lads.
Okay.
I'm listening now.
Yeah, and the ASW28 is fantastic. And that has a motor in it as well, more like a sustainer. It's you can throw it and it will kind of launch itself with it, but it's more for just sustaining. And it's a folding prop as well.
You see them all?
And it wasn't originally a motored glider. And it was my pride and joy. I had to hacksaw I didn't have to. I hacksawed the tip off so I could put a spinner and a prop. It was awful. As I'm hacksawing it off, I'm thinking, it's cost me so much money. Yeah, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but it worked out fine. I measured it all. Measured twice, cut once, as they say. Got away with it.
Logan, you want to tell everybody hello?
Is it a female or a male dog, sir?
There's a male.
Male. He's nice. He looks like a fox. He looks like a little snow fox.
He's a crackhead. He's on hip treats, but he's a crackhead. That's what my son said. Said he looks like a crackhead. If you make a loud noise, he looks like he lived in a hood because he hides behind stuff with a loud noise, gunshot, whatever.
Doesn't like commotion.
Oh, I'm telling you. Like I said, if I slap my hands, he'd try to get behind me. What? And then I got a jealous girl. That's a female. She's jealous.
Is that the one part Pomeranian?
Say what?
Is that part Pomeranian?
Oh, that one, Loki's all Pomeranian, full Pomeranian.
All right, yeah. Thought that was
Go. Come here.
Yeah, Jim down there, delicious here, heat wave.
Sit.
Canadians act like they know what cold is.
Who said that?
They need to come down to Florida if they want to experience cold.
And this one is a Pomeranian Chihuahua, and that's Cleopatra, and she runs the house.
As if Pomeranians aren't small enough already.
Yeah, and she's half the height of the others and weighs more. Because what they do is they get food, bring it out, put it on the ground for her. Then she eats her food too. This is Queen Cleopatra. Huh? You're the queen now.
Yeah, Patrick, come on.
Let me kiss you. Can I kiss the other side? Huh? Can I kiss the other side? Let me kiss the other side. Come on. There's my baby girl. This is the one that's got the heart murmur.
Oh, okay. What do you reckon about playing Arma 3, Dre?
As soon as I figure out how to get in there, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to play it. I played a little bit of I guess it's some kind of training mission thing the other day, and I mean, it's not hard to me. The controls, because I'm used to playing the first person shooters, so the controls are pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's the WADS or whatever it is.
WADS, and then you just got to figure out the controls for Z for getting low and stuff like that, and you know.
Oh, did I? Hold on, Dre. Let me send you the thing that I have.
I'm gonna send you a chart
Keyboard thing?
that we can get printed out. Keys on it.
Talking about the keyboard thing, Justin?
Yeah, do you have that?
Yeah, you sent it to me the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I sent that to you. But yeah, you can print that out like I did and do a little diagram, and then you can set it on your desk.
So I'm sure if I get into Vigor now, I'm like
I gotta jump off
so
that.
I'm trying to figure out now.
All right,
Okay.
Do I
All right. See you later, Joe.
switch weapons and stuff, or do you have to download a mod to be able to switch weapons?
No,
not that I'm aware of. No.
The buttons for switching weapons are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then of course you repeat. So if you've got one slot weapon in your hand, if you press 1 again, it will then change the weapon cycle to single burst
Right, the firing
automatic.
rate, from single shot
Firing
to automatic fire or whatever.
Yeah, so and then if you've got a weapon in slot 2, you press 2 and it will switch to that.
Yeah, I just want to find a weapon that has a scope on it, because right now I don't see crap.
Yeah,
The little red aiming circle don't do me. I don't have no distance reference.
Yeah, what we have to do is we'll have to just suss it out, you know. We can get a scope.
The thing is, Dre, that you're actually fighting Predator.
Sorry about that. I'm monitoring the radio. We have guys out helping Caltrans do bridge inspections. So they got traffic control out there watching traffic.
Oh, it's a good thing that you put Tim to work.
Not true.
I just want to hear OS or over the radio. That means something has gone wrong.
Tim nearly got kneecapped yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. He changed the lights to red because there was construction traffic coming across, and this woman didn't see the red light, so he stepped out into the road in front of her to stop her, and she stopped a couple of inches off his kneecaps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Well, if you let women drive.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm not going to elaborate on that. It's fine. I mean, they have a go, don't they? Bless them.
Oh man, there's too much violence going on now in the world, man. What's going on, everybody?
I have a nasty feeling too that it's going to get worse, Joe. I don't think it's going to get better.
Of course it is.
I'm just a young puppy here, man. I'm only 57. Tell you what, I'm glad I'm not 10 years old growing up into this world now, because I wouldn't let you see what the future's going to bring.
Rigger has put a message in the chat for you, Dre.
Ray, I sent you some primer material via Facebook. I can only find your business page. So I sent them to that via Messenger.
Well, I don't really use Facebook. I just went on there to check my subscribers and that, and people's been sending us links for subscriptions. So
I haven't used Facebook for years, just
nah,
because
I don't like it. I
Mark
don't like it.
Rankerberg stole my or sold my information and millions of others. Didn't face any
Well,
consequences for doing so.
Think
That's
about
better.
everybody. Think about it. Number one, hackers be. No, wrong there, mate. I mean, Google's just getting us bad.
16 quid.
We're getting captured.
I've got better things to spend £16 on than that.
Then what? Google? What are you on about?
Yeah. I could spend 16 quid on something decent, which will last us longer than going to spend it or out like that on something.
What do you want about?
Yeah,
What costs
like the
£16?
the TV license, which is now £15.90 a month.
Only if you pay it.
Ridiculous,
Yeah, you
man.
There you
have to pay
go.
it.
Mark, I sent you Dre's link to his regular profile if you want a friend listen.
I take it you were talking to Rigger, not me.
Yeah. I sent him the friend request for Dre, or sent him Dre's profile link to his actual profile.
Yeah, I mean that's Kate's TV license. Mine is only £8.45 a month.
I only
£8
watch Netflix, so I don't need it.
£7.95 a month.
David, you must be almost giddy that Laura's coming home.
No.
Well, my council tax is £106 a month now, which is more like what it's actually cheaper than it was last.
So are you planning a big celebration and welcome home or what?
No.
Yeah, you can hear the excitement in his voice, Paul.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I attributed it to the fact that he was just trying to figure out what he can do best to please her.
Yeah. I think
Well,
it was
I mean,
excitement. It was either that or sobbing.
Leave home.
If I had me mixing desk and I put my keyboard, my synth in here, I'll play a tune, son.
148369.
Hold on.
I'm just reading the chat here. It's only 90, right? Now, what? You've got to be joking me. There's a lot more better things I
Oh
can
yeah.
spend money on.
No, I should remember that. Chris's birthday. So
That film that I was referring to.
my works pension has gone up by £21 a month. Gee whiz.
£21. When you go shopping, it's going to cost you that just to enter the door, man. What you on about?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's gone up by £21 a month.
Oh, but remember, Mark, they're trying to help all. Everybody's better off. I don't see how it's happening.
Rio?
Which is what does that work out at? Not a lot.
Oh. Yeah, I miss work, but I think at the same time, I disagree what the cost of living is now, man. It's just gone through the roof. by everybody in the world.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a rubber boat and you come from France to the UK, and then you know what I mean, you get a 5-star hotel, you'll get a free bike, you'll get all top of the range clothes, and you get all your free food. I don't know, it's like probably the same in America and over the pond there in the States. Do you know what I mean? It's just gone stupid, man. They look after them more than what they look after us.
Yeah.
First person to go to Rwanda today.
Sorry, I'm not going to get into politics now, so I'll be quiet. Boils my blood.
You know, technically, you're not supposed to talk politics in the UK at the moment.
Sure. Unless you're in 10 Downing Street.
No.
No,
you're not.
it's
are
only
now
3.
in the 48-hour blackout window.
Yeah,
Voting
it's
is tomorrow.
voting day tomorrow.
Right, well, I'll not talk about them.
For council elections and various Lord Mayors.
Oh, yes. Hey, Mark, I hope you voted for the Tories.
It's not until tomorrow. To be honest, it is a waste of time, my voting, even though I know you say if you don't vote, nothing happens, but where I live is so predominantly Labour that it don't matter what anybody else does.
All right. And then they come knocking on your door. Please vote us. We'll promise you this, we'll promise that. What a bunch of
Strangely enough,
lies,
had
man.
anybody knock on the door this year?
Nah, they might that's a fact. They might have cut back. They might be thinking about their bank accounts and their wallets. That's all I'm going to see. Right, back to you, Paul Cap, Chief. Everybody's gone quiet because everybody's thinking, who should I vote for?
Which part of 48-hour media blackout did you not quite get, Joe?
Well, I spent £77 on fish yesterday.
Wow. I hope you got
a
bunch.
What are you saying? Which part of 48 hours blackout?
5 goldfish.
Oh, I was thinking eating fish.
2 normal sucking loach, 2 albino sucking loach, and 2 bronze sucking loach. Not bronze.
Ken loach.
Marble sucking loach. 4 tiger barbs, 2 albino tiger barbs, and 4 silver sharks.
Albino what?
Tiger barbs.
Right.
I guess barbel is that?
No, they're tiny little things. They're only about 3/4 of an inch long.
Well, that's me good.
They will grow to about 2 inches.
All right. Good job. I'm going with
The sucking loach are about 1 inch long, and they'll grow to about 4 inches. The silver sharks are 2 inches long, and they'll grow to about 6 inches.
Hey, Mark, I used to love me tropical fish tank back in the day, but it was getting too expensive for the chemicals and keep cleaning.
It's ridiculous.
77
quid on, mind you, 20 quid of that was postage. So it was 57 quid for the fish.
You sent the fish in the post?
Yeah. They cut cardboard boxes with big polystyrene boxes in that, and then plastic bags with water in with the fish in.
That's it.
Weren't they a little swirled up by the time they got there, with the spinning?
It's cheaper if they don't include the water.
Next day delivery.
I'll tell you what,
with big
pretty annoyed if it delivered by Every and they just chucked it over the fence.
Oh yeah, they don't give a shit, do they? Those
they'd have a hell of a job doing that. they were in two boxes taped together, and it was about 3.5 foot tall and a 2 foot square box.
Don't underestimate Every. Trust me.
And it weighed quite a lot because there was a lot of water in there as well.
Yeah. Can I ask you something, Mark? How many
And
sucker fish go in there?
it had big stickers on it all over the place saying,
Aye.
live fish, please rush.
Fragile. Yep.
Well, he didn't say fragile, but
Last time I took all lasses, niggas doing it, said fragile.
Fucking hell.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mark, how many sucker fish you got in there?
now there are 6 sucking loach and 2 plecostomus.
All right, Danny.
Costumus.
I used to have
Holy
8.
shit.
Used to eat it to keep the keep all the algae down
Yeah.
in off the rocks
That's
and
it.
the grass. Yeah.
It'll take them a while though, because like I said, the sucking loach are only about 1 inch long at the moment. So once they start growing, they're already crawling up the glass and all over the place, eating what algae is there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
You got
yellow
somebody
fish
at the
doesn't look
door.
impressed.
They are literally that small, you can hardly see them.
Neon tetras, I used to have them all over the place, and they put me on me connected me pump because I hit it all before I put the gravel out. I stick them, and I put them down on the gravel before I put the gravel in. Used to have a little pirate ship where the pirate used to spin around, and like it looked like he was looking at you. And in the middle of the tank, I used to have a skull that used to open its mouth and like bubbles used to come out, you know, and the way it works.
Yeah, I hate putting stuff in like that doesn't actually appear in the natural world.
Aye. Oh,
Do
right.
you know that yellow fish is actually looking at its reflection in Mark's head going, oh, hello?
Like that pink plant, I'm pretty sure you don't get pink plants like that, to be honest.
Yeah, you
But
do.
it adds a bit of colour.
You do
Aye,
get
it does.
pink plants in the corals and stuff.
I used to have
You'll be
6
surprised what
angel
colours
fish
are
as
down
well.
there.
6
Oh, in
angel fish.
corals, yeah, but not in the local reservoir.
Well, it depends what people have thrown in.
This is true. Yeah.
You know
It
what?
might have been green, but now it's radioactive blue.
So one of my friends says all you knew for your tank is what was it? A fish? Oh, he says, oh, all you need to know is a tank. Oh, I did see it. He says what? I'm trying to think of the name of the fish, man. Oh, I'm talking about years and years and years ago. But you know what I mean? It says you put one of them fish in there, it's going to destroy all the rest. It's going to eat them all.
An
I said,
Oscar?
what? No, not Oscar. It was something similar though. I know what you mean. Oh, but it eats all the little neon tetras and everything, man.
Angelfish?
No, well, I had a fish of them didn't bother neon tetras. They used to swim around and I had 68 of them.
You used to be able to get like 5 neon tetras for £1.
Aye.
Now they're over £1 each.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, they're lovely little fish and that. Look at because they glow up like neon. That's what they call neon tetras.
Mm-hmm.
Red and blue. And sometimes you can get blue and yellow.
And neons are a red stripe with blue, half a blue stomach, and it's a fluorescent blue stripe with a red stomach.
Right. Oh,
and
that's the one.
The cardinals were a full blue underneath rather than only half of one. And then you got the glow light tetras, which had a red fluorescent stripe.
Yep.
Mm.
Well, you notice they all stick together and they look after each other. They're only little.
Yeah.
And when you look at them close up, you can see right through the body. It's like, transparent.
Was it a cichlid?
Like the Met Office, no Laura's coming home.
What?
The Met Office, no Laura's coming home because they've just issued a weather warning for this area for thunderstorms from 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, dear me. That means me drone's grounded.
I'm just thinking of the fish that would end up eating stuff. Cichlids, they were pretty nasty.
Oh, aye.
Naughty.
You know the
Um,
little blue neon fish?
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
neon tetras
Well,
and
Laura's
cardinals.
mum and
That's what
dad,
we've just been talking about.
yeah. Well, Laura's mum and dad had 2 angelfish. And when they went to the fish shop, they said, no, these will be fine with the angelfish. They'll be fine.
Yeah, the angelfish will love them.
Yeah.
Mm.
7 seconds and they were all gone, all 50 of them.
Yeah.
It was like, go, thanks very much.
Nah.
Yeah, well, you couldn't afford to put 50 tetras in your tank now because they're about £1.20 each.
£1 to £1.20. Wow, man.
Well, they got a good deal because they only paid I think you paid a tenner for them. For 50.
Yeah, they used to be about 5 for a pound.
All right. It's so expensive on the top. Mark, I'm not being funny. It's so expensive on the top of a fish tank now, man. It's really expensive.
Yeah, well, like I said, I got 5, 11.
All right, cool, America.
15,
Got it all set up.
21 fish, and it cost me £57.
Wow, man.
Bearing in mind that, like, 12 of those fish were all less than an inch long.
Oh. Then you've got your electricity now, you've got your pump running, you've got your lamp, well, I changed mine to LED. On the first
Yeah,
day.
mine's LED.
And then you've got the heater. That's got to keep the temperature for the water, keep the fish comfortable.
No,
Right
the fish I keep don't need a heater now. I used to do tropicals where you had a heater as well, but the ones I keep, I make sure that they'll stand the temperature as it is, which is about 18, 19 degrees in that tank.
I'll tell you one thing, Mark. Here's another thing. You know where the tubing goes to your pump?
Yeah.
Even the tubing now, man, it used to be next to out. When
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
that
for
got
like a
one
meter
as
long
well.
of that tube and your little white, your little joints and that, like
Yeah.
T-pieces and things like that.
Mm.
I says, what? And he told us, place, honestly, I nearly collapsed. Well, I could have collapsed. No way could I do it now, man.
Well, my external filter cost me 130 quid.
Yeah,
And then you
don't do
then you
what-
should
talking about
then you
filters,
should-
don't do what a guy did on Reddit. He was asking why his fish had died. He actually 3D printed a new
Oh yeah, don't do
casing
that.
for the filter.
And poisoned them all.
Yeah, I mean, putting it around the filter as well was just advanced poisoning. It's like, yeah, have some of this.
Good,
What
man.
happened?
Then you got
No.
you got your little water treatments and white spot algae treatment and all that kind of thing. You got to keep just a couple of drops and make sure it gets on the tank. You know what I mean? Even that now, man, tiny little balls. You're talking a good thick end of 11, 12 quid, if not more now.
Yep, that's my water testing kit.
Aye.
That was about 20 quid.
Well, back when I had my tropical tank, I used to have them things where you used to dip them in the water.
I do. Not bad when you consider. I mean, you get a hell of a lot in it.
Oh, aye. Oh, so you knew, aye.
You something, yes.
Anyway, it's back to the chief next to me.
And then there's this. Oh!
What's that? Oh, aye, aye.
Buy me water conditioner in gallon containers.
Gallon container. Well, them used to get the little bottles. Remember the little tablets used to dissolve in the water? You used to get the little bottles and you used to drop the drops in
Mm-hmm.
for your water conditioning. That man, look at that now. The only bottle I've got like that now is for my fog machine.
Mm. Let me see any of the little no. Oh, there.
Ah, them were the days, man.
Right. That's an albino tiger barb.
All right, I see it.
And then there's a tiger barb there in the background.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see it. I see it. Down there. Aye.
Yeah.
There's a lad I know who lives next the seafront somewhere. Well, I'm not going to see where. He's got
There's
2
there's one of
lobsters,
the silver sharks
1 crab
up
in
there
his
somewhere.
tank.
Can you see it in the back?
Oh,
Silver with a black
right
fin.
right tiny little thing, I know where they are.
Yeah. That's the silver sharks. There's
Oh, nice.
2 there and 1 there. I thought they'd forgotten to put them in at one point because for about I put these in yesterday morning, and until last night I hadn't seen one of them. Now they're all swimming around.
Beautiful, man. Bring it back to memories now when I used to have my tank.
I can't see me sucking loach at the moment.
I used to have a 6x4 tank.
Oh, there's one of them. I don't know whether you can see it dangling off that plant.
Alright. Oh, I just
tail about.
Can just barely make that out, aye.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys into fixed wing flying?
In the what, sorry?
A fixed wing flying.
Planes.
Yeah.
I started off originally with a control line plane.
Oh right, yeah. I had one when I was a kid, yeah.
With a petrol engine.
It was a pain in the arse though. Fucking hell. Trying to get the damn thing started and then
Well, Tim, I stayed quiet for a bit and let you gentlemen chat.
Slicing your fingers.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's putting the.
I remember the crying and the blood. It was terrifying.
And I had a Nitro RC car.
Oh, nice. I had an electric one.
I've still got. It's still in the garage, I think, somewhere. Then I had a couple of Nitro helicopters.
Oh yeah. Were they Thunder Tiger or the other ones?
No, it was a 30 scale. Both of them. Shit, I can't remember now. It's gone out my head. I didn't know what they were.
They were all pretty good though back in the day. There were no bad ones.
They were hard to fly because they didn't have any stabilization at all.
Well, you could buy gyros for them, but the gyros weren't great, were they? I mean, they weren't.
No.
They didn't do very much. And the thing is, you had to mess around with the gain to get them to work properly. And the thing is, with helicopters, you usually only get one go at it. You know, if things go tits up, it tends to destroy itself, as you know.
And then just got into quads because it's so much easier.
Yeah, piece of piss. You just got to mess around with the thing on the computer. Oh, I suppose. Yeah, you mean DJI stuff? So even easier to get into.
Oh, I started off with a couple of Potensics, which I've still got, which were only cheap, but they were GPS and they were only like 1080p. But they worked all right, but they were not stable. They would slide across the air.
Adrift, yeah.
Instead of sitting still. And then when I moved on to when I went into the community and started watching all the videos on YouTube and everything, I soon realised that DJI was definitely the way to go.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's
now I've got
it's a very groovy tool.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DJI drones now.
Hey, we lost Joe. Where did he go?
Oh yeah, no. Joe announced that he was leaving to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he left a minute ago.
20 minutes ago.
Alright. I'll be leaving the show.
I have been paying attention, honestly.
Joe was supposed to be going flying with Johnny this morning because Johnny was dropping his granddaughter off at school just down the road from Joe at Mandeville, the place where he does all the photography.
God damn it.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I remember saying Mandeville.
The Crawford's very quiet at the minute. Anyway, I'm going to have to call one because I was just had a phone call. Someone's asking us to go up the channel. You know, I should, but I've been with you, Bill, so I'll let you gentlemen talk amongst yourself. Also, I've been getting some commendation, well, some comments on the last drone flight, so I'm going to have to answer them first. Won't go anywhere.
Okie dokie.
As normal, Paul, it's been a great pleasure, young man. It's been nice to talk to you all. You, Justin, as well. Oh, I like that.
That's my original helicopter.
Oh, I like that.
Chainsaw
motor. Those things, they flew. Didn't they have? Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, that has got a tail rotor. That's nice,
I mean,
isn't it?
It's okay, but I just don't know how you sit in it.
It is a squeeze.
You could take your cat for a ride.
Take this.
But you were right.
You see a call up
what
the
you
action,
said
man.
before is they flew okay, but there was no stabilization, and all of a sudden a good gust of wind, and it was.
Oh, you had to concentrate on flying that.
Oh yes,
all
the time. Yep.
Really,
that looks like a 30 series.
It does.
It don't look big enough to be a 50. It looks like a 30.
It was from this end to this end about 6 feet, and the rotor was about 8 feet.
Oh, yeah.
That's even bigger than a 50. That's like a 70. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say,
mine were only about 4 foot.
There's no seagulls or anything gonna come near that. unless the one legs left. Them were the good old days, I remember. Right, I'm gonna have to leave now. It's been a great pleasure.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Same to you, your man. Keep up the good stuff. Like to all of you, keep up the good stuff. Keep up the good flying.
Yeah.
And I hope you all get the good weather for to go out flying.
Thank you.
And we'll see what happens.
Okay.
You all take care and look after yourselves, everybody, and to your families.
Okay, Joe. You have a good.
Big respect, lots of love from me.
Later, Joe.
Take care. Take care, boy. Bye for now.
Well, what do you guys think? You want to keep going, or?
Yeah.
Or we about played it all out?
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a do.
Okay.
Well, do you not want to stay on for another hour and then it'd be like 10 minutes till your next live?
Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here, David.
Catch you later.
Good luck to you, David. And you know, you got to get your planning hat out. You got to plan on big celebration when Laura.
She's not back till tomorrow, and there's no celebration.
Okay, everybody. Hey, Justin, thanks for covering.
Yep.
And we'll
Catch
see
y'all
you,
later.
Mark. You have a good day.
Thanks for
And
having us,
Thanks, Paul.
Paul.
Freddie's gone, and so everybody take care.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Hey,
David,
Paul.
Mark, Dre, Justin.
Later.
Take it easy, buddy.
Just the why I'm on goodbye.